in the U.S. or basically any place I've been to one, those places are just amazing. Because like most of the ones over here, it's
if you're looking for like cheap military, some of the older stuff as well as newer, anything cheap for anything military related for costumes, Midge, the army surplus stores,
Oh yeah,
pretty good place to look in there.
yeah.
Gear
Gear too. Gear's good. That
we're live.
Okay. Well, Utari went live, so I was assuming everybody was going live except for Midge because he's still.
I didn't hear anyone say they were going live. Mind you, I barely even talk normally. So.
No, I did. I did say.
I'm not going live. Don't worry, Roach. I'm good. I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay. I was just all right.
Yeah, we're just waiting. We're good.
I've got a
Well, actually, no. Now we do have to say a couple of swear words because remember the COPPA thing. We don't want to be labeled kid friendly.
Oh, we're definitely not kid friendly. We've got a psychotic murdering elf as part of the team.
Yep.
Who walked into this in full body armor.
I mean, you can be a psychotic murdering elf and not swear, right? You know.
Fuck you.
There we go. Now I think we need 3 more of them, and then we're good. Then we can't.
You've just got to add an NPC that's a really skinny, tall, pale human called Jimmel, and then he has a goblin that's a mechanic called Fix It.
We need more to swear at least 4 times during the intro and outro.
You are bad, Mitch. You are very bad.
Oh yeah,
Right,
did I
over
mention that Jimmel's a necromancer?
Oh god.
There we are. Well, I've screwed any chance of us getting child friendly there.
Alright, so your CPMs are fucked. Congrats.
Yeah, for this anyway.
Actually, no. I'm thinking if you can walk that line and you're not adults only, but you're also not kid friendly, I think the CPMs will go up.
They will.
Because there'll be less overall advertising going around. There'll be less overall people drawing from the advertisement pool, which means CPMs on average will go up. So I think it'll actually be, if you can hold it, I think it'll be good for a channel overall. But the problem is you've got to really make sure you walk the line there. You can't
one
be
of the things you
only,
can do,
you got to be a real Johnny Cash on it.
You stay away from games that are like got the universal or everybody symbol.
Yeah,
you only stick to ones that are 15
almost
or
all
above.
Mature.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm going. That's the thing for me is basically all the games I play are mature.
Yeah.
Like, well, they be mature here, so it's not a big deal.
It's 18 here,
for me.
Like
yeah, I don't know Peggy. I don't know Peggy that much.
Yeah, it's like Peggy is 3, 7, 12, 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't use ages here. They just use words.
Do we have 15?
Yeah.
We do have 15.
15 would be good because COPPA only applies to 13 and under.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a 15 pegged one.
So if they turn around and say you're doing kid-friendly content, it's like my games are all 15 or up. How is that kid-friendly? It's aimed at people from 15 up.
Yeah. Yep. You can point them to the ESRB rating page and be like, look, it says 15, so they shouldn't be watching it if they're kids.
Yeah. In which case, you might want to go talk to their parents rather than talking to me.
What is
Don't talk to my parents.
The GTA
My
Vice
parents
City
like
ratings, isn't it, for the movie? Do you remember that? Like, did anyone play a lot of Vice City?
Yeah.
It was like on the radio. It was just like rated R for retarded.
Yes.
There's another curse word. We've met our quota.
Wow, that is from a different time.
Yeah.
That would so not fly.
Today.
Yeah, you can do that today.
I completely forgot that was a joke back then.
Yeah, I remember.
You want a different time? We had a conversation at my work where half of the office didn't know what we were talking about when we said things like Ulysses 31, Jason the Wheeled Warriors, Thundercats.
Okay, that's the first one that I've recognized.
Yeah,
okay. To be fair, I only got the Thundercats one. I'll be honest.
So we learned today that Rival's old.
I am so old compared to you three.
But to be fair, in the UK, they do reuse a lot of like cartoons and TV shows throughout all ages. Like,
I know. I saw Ulysses 31 and thought, oh my god, that's not aged well.
Let's be fair. Most things did not age well. Like I've rewatched some of my childhood cartoons. About 80% are
I posted
are really
in my
bad.
Discord. I posted in my Discord this week. Was it this week or last week? I can't remember.
I think it was last week.
Yeah, it was end of last week. I found a 30-minute compilation of 90s to noughties children's TV themes.
Yeah.
I was like, I am having the biggest nostalgia trip right now. Like,
Neil Buchanan was in.
I think that's going to be
everything
the
in the 90s.
only reason why Disney Plus isn't immediately a failure is the fact that you can, because that's what that's a lot of the social media is just like, hey, I can binge watch Kim Possible or something like that. I haven't seen this show in a lot, or whatever
Shit,
that,
great.
or Lizzie McGuire or something like that. Like that. That's
No, don't.
you could,
Don't. That's...
Yes, that's what
What
Midge
did
is
you
going to do
also
now.
add? What
Lizzie
did you
McGuire is
say?
going
you
to binge
want
watch.
to get
Plus
Disney
account?
Plus. I
Sorry,
don't want
no,
to sell
no.
myself to the mouse.
You had a Disney Plus account, it's where, like, your account was stolen.
well, don't worry. Just go to the dark web and buy somebody else's account because that's also something that's happening right now.
That's just happening now. You can buy someone else's account.
Actually, some of them are being given away for free.
Yeah.
There's like pictures of people
Midge just
looking at their
leans
Disney,
forward like
Disney Plus, and there's an account there that just says Yusuf.
What was this map
or
called
something
for,
like
for this?
Oh, I can't remember. I just
Planar
found it.
Path.
Planar path. 60 by
Planar
25.
path.
Planar path.
Planar path.
Hey,
Oh, they are
Eldritch
what I thought
Blaze.
they are. Oh no. I'm scared. I'm scared
I
of
hate
this
that
fight.
you have access to all the monster manuals, Midge.
I
because it
DM'd for
makes-
the first time this week, like proper new session, people live. It was great.
No. Yeah, that's great. Did the
I
map get
DM'd a
used at
one shot
all?
Monday where like the players
Yep.
killed the
It's-
adult white
Yep,
dragon.
it's,
That was
it's
fun.
with them now. They've started exploring it. It's great.
Great. I'm glad it's being used.
Stop being such a shitlord though and looking up all the monsters.
Sorry.
Okay. So,
Oh, he's totally not
Everybody's
sorry. We can
live.
hear it in his voice. He's not sorry.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
not. So we've done our actual 10 minutes of banter at the beginning of
Banter.
the episode, which we always do. These will be really great for anybody listening. This will be really great for a potential ad spot in the future if you wanted to use the first 10 minutes because we were already not playing when we start. Let's just use that.
I'll even dress up.
Brought to you
Yeah.
by NordVPN.
Yeah, Midge will be the Midge. Well, actually, Midge or me will be the Sam Riegel of this.
Oh no, I can set out as Sam Riegel. You're the DM. You've got to do the stone-faced Mercer bit.
I'm not that guy though. But we have a very interesting session. Last week's session was also very interesting. We had a bit of well, actually, let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to look who wants to do the recap here. Who
You
wants to
don't
do the
give us inspiration anymore. Bite me.
I know. Utari,
Yes.
a lot of this stuff had to deal with you and your character's backstory and family and things like that. So why don't you go ahead and give us the recap?
So, we started off the session with the slaying of the black toothless dragon thing.
Toothless. It
Yeah,
was
we killed
toothless.
Toothless. We killed Toothless, the black dragon king, and we hauled it back to camp to much impressed nodding and faces. After distributing out the recovered remains of the dragon to the various peoples and giving away plenty of the meat to the tribe,
That's a beloved that's a beloved children's character that we carved up and fed to our hungry.
Let's be
tribe.
honest here. It's not something Disney isn't already planning on doing, just less
Yeah.
gruesomely.
yeah. After doing that, we
Google is about to fucking kick down your door and beat the shit out of you, Roach.
yeah.
We beat
So
you to
after
it,
doing
Disney.
You can't hurt him anymore. Go ahead.
So
Sorry.
So after such a glorious saving of the tribe from this barbaric toothless thing that was killing all our horses, totally justified in killing it. Thank you very much. We went into the choosing with the initial ceremony where Ustinia asked his brother, because he's running on a campaign of family first values. He had his brother do the speech, which, with some intervention by certain members of the party, went quite well. We progressed on into the trial of the spirit, and we got drugged and effectively had a supervision and found the creator god for the Uteshian peoples. He's not their current god, but he certainly made them and gave a little bit of exposition through some cryptic remarks about the origins, their purpose, what he wants of them now, and also a little bit about his papa, mentioning that his papa rode past recently. And then we're now about to come up to presumably another part of this trial of the spirit involving lots of fighting,
And possibly dying.
possibly dying whilst in a dream.
If you die in the
die.
dream, you die in real life.
Yes, I was about to say that.
See, I know you people. So
I just
knew
have a
it
quick
was
question
coming,
for Roach.
but-
Is
Yes,
eating
go
a
ahead.
dragon technically cannibalism because they're sentient creatures?
Only if you're also a dragon or dragonkin.
Mhm.
It wouldn't be
Will that mean that
cannibalism.
since I'm not an
Cannibalism,
elf,
by
I can
definition,
eat an
means you
elf
eat your
and
own
not be
kind.
considered a cannibal?
Like again, it would be like us eating chimpanzees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which isn't
But does that
technically
mean that if
cannibalism.
I-
It's just kind of taboo.
Does that mean that if at one point we're desperate for food and we need to eat Rival, where I'm not a cannibal since he's an elf, but
Well, I mean, that's,
Yeah,
other people
you're
are?
not a cannibal. It's still considered taboo because he's sentient and probably didn't give consent.
No.
there's a zookeeper out there that ate Harambe. That's just like, oh my god.
He got the cannibal trait appearing in his character portrait.
Okay.
Oh, I need to switch rival and. Because okay, for the first time ever, the cams on our like Discord have switched between rival and Roach. So I'm now on every panel that I've got their cams having to go and switch them. Like,
God damn it!
for some reason, rival is our DM today.
We all
Fear my
we all
power.
leveled to 20. Congrats.
Over my dead body.
Oh,
Oh, is that the way you're gonna be?
Well, not in this game.
Wow.
Just do it.
wow.
Whatever. It's good.
You guys are great. I love you guys.
I love all of it. So yes, that is how we ended. We ended off with you being informed by the creator god of the Uteshians that couldn't stop other interested parties from contacting you. He only delayed them, and now he had to release you to them. But it seems as though part of that is having to arrive, as you are now on a long path in the middle of an undetermined gray and black plain all around you. Ethereal. The path disappears behind you, but continues forward into a soft, glowing light that is indeterminate distance away. And as you were walking, you saw shadows appear around you, and your elf friend, who has a very powerful bow that can tell him when bad things are around, started getting a lot of pings on his radar about bad things coming in and out of that radar range. And we ended off with the beginning of a fight with multiple ethereal, dark, shadowy creatures coming out of the mist towards you in a menacing manner. These, to describe them, essentially, they look like kind of like Dementors. Let's go. If Harry Potter, if you've ever
Yeah.
seen that,
Dementors,
Basically-
ring wraiths.
yeah. Well, they're less material than ring wraiths.
Okay.
They're far more ethereal. Like they're a bit more substantive in their upper bodies, but as they go lower, they basically just kind
Gotcha.
of become rags and wispy after trails of blackness behind them. They have indeterminate features. It's almost like a veil is over their face, and there's like almost the imprint of a bare skull underneath that is shrouded by this dark veil. And
Like
they
Death
are,
Eaters. When they
I can't
fly
expect
up-
to
when they
Patronum.
do the fly bit.
but that is where we start. That's where we ended off last time with the combat tracker on the first person going will be Rivallon, who got a 20 on his initiative, and then Demir is after that. So, what do
Because
you
we
all
re-rolled
want
a
to
bit,
do?
didn't we? Because of the
Yes,
long
we
rest.
did.
Yeah, we had a long rest.
Yeah.
You had a long rest. So, what do you want to do, Rivallon? You can see the map, right? Everybody can see the map. Everybody
Yeah.
see on that.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
they
I'm
have the
assuming I'm
preload
going
on.
to start
It is
shooting
just-
stuff.
Bridge.
It is just the bridge and then an indeterminate kind of grayish mass.
Okay.
around.
Okay. I was like, because that's the same color as the non-loading map. So
I
I'm
know.
like,
Yeah, I know.
I was like,
It was a poor choice. So what were you saying, Rival? What do you want to do?
I'm assuming we're attacking like crazy. Party?
Up to you guys. You can talk. You can talk. You have free action to talk.
it's a free
already.
action.
Party.
I do have a somewhat plan.
Okay. What's the somewhat plan?
So attack freely, but hold your movement. We all move as one on one person's turn. So we all stick together and progress this bridge, like at the same time. So we're not like
can't hold
splitting
movement.
up. You can't hold movement.
You can only hold an action. Mechanically, you can only hold an action, and the action can be not to move. The movement is a part
Right.
of that. You can't move out of turn. You can attack or do an action out of turn, but you can't move. That's how the mechanics work. Sorry, but that's how it goes.
So there's no
Are
way
we
to
moving?
move as a group.
Yeah, there's no way to move as a group unless you have like a giant or somebody to hold everybody. They can physically move people, but there's no way to like move. Like that.
Stay
So-
within 15 feet of me.
Where are you? Oh, I got you. Okay.
Dead center right now.
Yeah.
Don't worry, the art's coming eventually.
Hey,
We'll get
I've
it.
always
We'll
had
get it.
art. Like,
We'll
Better
get it.
art. Come on.
I happen to really like my art.
No, come
comment.
on though. The one that we got coming.
Oh yeah, I'm not
Nice.
saying anything. The other one is going to be nice because we're all going to be the same art style, which is real nice.
Also,
wanna
I
move
think
there?
Sesh's art is
I'm gonna
really
go there,
nice.
please.
Okay.
I'm biased
much.
to Sesh's art, so I'm just not gonna say anything.
All right. You move back around there.
Eustania is spinning.
Yeah, I was trying to zoom out.
Spinning around.
I don't know who to attack. Ah.
Freckle baby.
I will
I just
attack
assumed it was like
unidentified creature 2. I will
All right.
also.
You, just giving you a wording here because you're doing a ranged attack on these.
Yeah.
They are in an ethereal darkness. You know where they are and
Yeah.
you can see them, but they're indeterminate. Because of that, ranged attacks against them when they're not on the path a
Yeah.
path tile are a disadvantage.
Fine. I will attack that. I will
Just
also
letting you know.
assign Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Hunter's mark on them.
Okay.
Are you using a silvered arrow or a regular arrow?
That is.
You know that thing about
Even with
disadvantage?
disadvantage.
No, I know they're not hard to hit.
7 plus 8, 15 total.
15, yeah.
Rivallon says, "Fuck you and your disadvantage."
Go ahead.
But you and the ghost you flew in.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty
I
good.
like that.
Well done, you Terry.
That's good. Okay. Yep. Your bow is magic, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Just as there. So
It does
So
say
there, but-
piercing magic.
yeah, your arrow lances out.
I'm not, I've still got another shot.
I was okay. I was going to say how it hit. But all right, go ahead.
No, go for it. Then. Go on. Then. I'll just sit over
No,
here. and-
go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
I'm wallowing in my
Do you actually have
superior
second attack?
archery skills right
Yeah,
now.
he does. He does.
You guys can you like
I thought it
not?
was
It's
because
me
of the
that
bonus
doesn't.
action.
It's me that
Oh
does.
right, yeah. Go
Look,
ahead.
you're both
go ahead,
pretty,
Rivallon.
okay?
No. I want to hear this little lovely story now.
I had like extra attack like 2 levels ago.
That's true. Well, he's a sorcerer. He'll never get
I'm
a
a
second
sorcerer.
attack.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll never get-
Cleric,
No,
I'm
I
gonna
was
get a
just
second
saying
attack.
like when you was like questioning if he had to.
Well, I thought it was
Rivallon
because
had
of the
to
bonus
attack.
action thing, but
No.
it's yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, no, your bow lances out and you strike the creature. When it hits, you think it's less the physical damage of the arrow hitting it, but more the imbued magical aura of your bow that's actually causing the majority of the damage. It's,
Okay.
it
Use
does not
magic.
seem-
Yeah, always do.
You dropped to 20.
Dropped
hit.
a natural
you still
20.
hit
Still
him.
hit.
Oh my god.
2 sevens.
the same-
Let's see-
yeah,
let's see
same
what
Oh,
we
max
here.
damage. Very nice.
All right, you strike
Oh.
out again, and the I don't know why you guys were fucking so so scared. You got
Because
you.
we're not in armor.
I know that.
I am.
Yeah, he is. Your second arrow lances out, And when it strikes the creature, it seems that the magic disrupts its connection with this demi-plane, and you see it kind of, it doesn't kill it, but you see it kind of flicker a little bit, and then just kind of, and just like little wisps of darkness keep rolling forward, but then it kind of peters out. It doesn't seem like you killed anything. It's just like this is their physical connection to this demi-plane that they've gone into is broken because of your magic.
Oh yeah.
Oi. Oi. All right. Is at the end of your turn.
Yeah, I can do nothing more.
Okay. Go to Demir. So, I need to look at Demir's stuff.
Did Demir wear his armor to the choosing?
Demir, yes, he wore his, because his armor is very well kept and clean, and he's got, it was his, because he's wearing half plate and he's got it nice decorated and stuff like that. So we wore that.
It's his father's, wasn't it? Like it's Justinian and his father's half plate he's wearing, right?
No, his half plate is kind it's based off of it, but his half plate's more of his own thing that he kind of made. That's, he's got his own hand painted shield with the phoenix on it and everything like that. He does not have a shield on though, so that is one thing. So Demir is going to. He does not die.
Demir, and I hold up a short sword. It's silvered. It might help.
That would be on your serve, wouldn't it?
I can talk for a free action, right?
Talk,
Yeah,
but
you
you
can talk
can't
for
hold
free
it up.
action.
But I like it's there. If you want it,
crap.
If you want it.
This is bad. 1 second. I've got to take Demir off of the map because I've got to do something here. He's got the wrong token.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
He's got the undead Demir token.
Yeah.
Suddenly goes evil.
What?
You see.
Wait, what? Spoilers.
Justinia, you must kill your brother to take over the tribe. Don't make
Oh
me
god, no, not one of those.
No, not like this.
Not like this. Why? Okay. So he is going to target the nearest creature to him. There we go. And he is going to go ahead and strike at it with a dagger. It's 25 feet away.
No, it can't have double disadvantage. That's a good thing.
Yeah, can't have double disadvantage, so he's just going to try it. Because I think it's 20 to 60. Yes,
2060, yeah. Like a thrown axe or anything like that. They're all 26.
So he takes the dagger out of his belt and he kind of like gets it, and he's like kind of using his other thumb to kind of aim it and then lobs it. Let's see what happens here.
This is where he drops like 2 natural 20s. Oh, he hit it.
Nice.
Yes, he
Yeah.
did. So let's see here. He got
Well done, Demir.
Yes, very good. Let's see about the damage on that creature. Full damage on the dagger.
Give us bless.
I got a better spell.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
full damage on the dagger, though you do see the dagger does not seem to really hit. It kind of goes through, and that disruption kind of seems to hurt the creature, but it doesn't do a lot. Give me a perception check, Ustenia, because you know your brother the best, obviously. Just a little out-of-turn perception check.
20.
Okay, yeah, no, that's pretty fucking good. When last time you saw Demir fight was right before he died in the witch encounter. And you've seen him since then. You've been traveling with him. You've been living with him for the last couple of weeks. Something's different about him, especially since you've come to this demi-plane from the creator's demiplane, there seems to be something slightly different about him. He seems a bit more sure of himself. He's a bit more sure-footed. He's definitely something's different. You're not sure if it's external or if it's more just like his own internal mindset or his confidence in himself. But something is different, and mechanically that means because you do have access to his character sheet. He leveled up because he got to a milestone for himself.
Yay!
He's a level 6 fighter.
I was about to say, oh god, he's not possessed in this plane, is he?
No,
It's not the mayor, it's someone
By
else.
the spirit of your father has taken over the
Something has changed within him. Something not the same.
He's going to go ahead and do 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to go to the head, and he's going to draw his sword at that point and get ready. And that's the end of
silver short sword or his own one.
his own one. He's drawing his sword and he's getting ready. You've got a sword, and not everybody here has magic. Or at least he doesn't know if everybody here has magic because of all the stuff they took. But he's got his armor and stuff, so he's just taken. He's use that for somebody else. I've got armor. And now we go to Ustenia.
Hey.
Yeah.
None of them are in the path. They're kind of there, but I'm not too sure where. Sesh, you asked me for the silver longsword, didn't you?
No, I have my own. I have a silver
Oh.
short sword.
Okay, well, I will prepare my silver longsword. I don't have my shield on me, so I'm going to be holding it two-handed. And
nice.
I'm going
Versatile
to
weapon, bruh.
reserve. I'm going to hold and attack if one of these things comes near me.
Okay, so if any of them get within your area of effect, you're just going to strike.
Yar. Yar.
Yarp.
And that's
alright.
me. I'm
Alright,
going to
one
rage
move.
beforehand.
Okay,
No.
so bonus action rage. So you're hyping yourself up. Hold action to attack. Got it.
I forgot Yarp and Narp are now commands on my sound file.
Come on, where's the
Yeah.
button?
Where is
It's
button?
here somewhere.
You got it like immediately last time. It was amazing. Come on.
It's supposed to drop down when I click that thing in. It's not.
Yeah, I think something's up with the files because Demir's token doesn't actually have anything linked to it whenever I went to his stuff.
It might have been because we like exited the game entirely while the tokens were on the map.
No, because that's
Nope.
happened before.
Huh.
It's happened before and it hasn't been a problem. I'm actually
Might have
gonna
been the
check
update maybe that fixed it.
I'm gonna
maybe,
double
I think.
check. I'm gonna double check a map that we've used before. I'm gonna check the Shadow Dragon fight.
Shadow Dragon. Or the
Let's see.
Shadow Dragon.
Damn.
Damn, son. Where'd you find this?
There we go.
find it.
I found it.
No,
Oh, you
It
did?
works now.
Okay. All right then. So we move on to
Damn, Midge.
Oh, yeah.
unidentified. What?
No, you're fine. Don't worry.
No, don't.
Okay.
Alright.
Just a general face of like
You're fine,
confusion.
don't worry.
The fuck
Audition.
was that? All right. So this creature is going to fly. Let's see. Are you just trying to psych me out, throw me off my game?
No, he'd never
I'm
try and
You're
do
not
that.
doing.
I'm
You're
so
just trying to.
I'm really just. I'm so scared right now. I've specifically bought medium armor proficiency because I'm scared of my HP, and now I have 11 AC. Like,
But you do have decent HP though.
So
I
the
do.
creature who is not stupid and does have an intelligence score sees you readied in action, Usteni, and bypasses you and goes to the elf on the back to our friend Rivallon. And you see it rushing towards you, Rivallon, through the shadow, and it becomes more clear and clear as it comes towards you. And it's as the ethereal wind or something, it plays with the dark veil on its face. It kind of like buffets against it, and you see more detail of this just skull underneath that is animate. It's going to target you.
Are you afraid of ghosts, bye? If you open this place.
And it's going to go ahead and make an attack on
Does
you.
it say dude when it gets up to him?
No, it's actually like these things are strangely quiet. They make no noise. Actually, no. That's the weird thing. You even think as they come near you, they make quiet, but it's like they're slightly out of phase with this realm. So things that would make noise don't. So
There's a whole lot of nothing going on.
22 hit.
Damn!
God damn.
They have a really shitty bonus though. So
Strength drain.
yes, that is
Yep.
the attack. So you are going to first things first. You're going to take 8 points of necrotic damage that immediately hits you. This creature, as it comes up to you, and also I'm going to roll this in the. Actually, you know what? Rival, roll a d4 for me.
I don't want to.
Roll a d4.
Mage's face
inside
is
me
just,
right
it's
now
priceless.
is like-
Those of you on the
Okay.
podcast right now,
Rival?
Mage's face looks like something
Yeah.
on constipation. And
Rival, do you have a pen and paper or somewhere to take notes down nearby
I
you?
don't want to, but if you're going to make me, yes.
I am. Write down your current strength score so that you don't forget it.
I don't want to.
I mean, you
No,
don't.
this
want
is
to
not
be able to
good.
remember it.
No, it's not. This is terrible.
Spooky,
Like
scary,
these things are
scary.
genuinely scary, no matter how high level you are.
Yeah.
They're very bad.
Now you know
So-
why I was terrified of this fight.
Ironically,
make
I was
sure you-
talking to Mage about.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay, now reduce your current strength score by 3.
Yeah. Well, on the
That's
board.
on the game, yeah.
On your
In-game.
character sheet, yeah.
On your character sheet.
Just remember your original.
That's
Yeah.
why I said to write down your original so you don't forget it.
There you go. Done.
Okay, so yeah, what you all see is this creature comes up to Rivallon, and it doesn't actually hit him. It does not touch him. But what it does do is the skulled maw opens, and the buff and the veil goes in, and it just starts sucking in his soul essentially, and
Give
like
Rivallon
Mint
suck.
julep for you on the other side.
yeah, he's
If
starting to he
this
starts
turns
sucking.
into another train station, I'm going to be very disappointed.
I'm sorry. For those.
But it starts sucking in your soul, and you all see Rivallon's like form slightly, almost
Diminish.
like a mirage, kind of coalesce, and it starts drawing towards the creature for a short time. Rivallon, you feel like part of your essence has just left your body, and you feel markedly less strength in your bone, like in your body. Your bones hurt.
Does it
and
feel like my soul is being cleansed? Because I'm very upset if that's the case.
No, it feels like your soul's being eaten.
Oh, that's fine.
Like part of it is.
This thing's going to get
Yeah.
indigestion in like 30 seconds. It's, my soul is not good for eating.
Yeah, but here's the thing. There's still another 6 of these things to go now. Or 5 of them. I can't remember.
Yeah, well, if you guys can take care of at least a couple of them, we'll be fine.
The other thing you can, the other thing you can see is as it's drawing your soul in Rivallon,
Yeah.
it gets more corporeal, like it is building itself off of your essence as it goes in there.
Okey-dokey.
Part of its lower torso starts to form, and you can see like
It-
bones and skin mending together from it.
Imhotep from the Mummy.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Okay, undead creature 1 is done, but 2
Oh.
has died.
I've got an even better one. Have any of you seen what's it called? Hellraiser 2, where
Oh,
she's
yeah.
like all fleshy and she
Yeah.
does
Oh,
actually absorb people to make herself less
Yeah.
skeleton fleshy.
Yeah, that's a good one, but it's not as gory. This is like it's very much mummy because it's mostly like dust. Like this thing isn't building a living body. It's building it's building part of what
I don't want to see it finish whatever.
part of its body. It's trying to rebuild like a vestige of what it used to be, but it's not total because it's stealing that instead of producing it. So it's kind of what you get out of it. But Undead Creature 3's turn. Seeing that his friend has already taken a target, he's going to go ahead and go for... Gonna risk it. And he's going to go
For a
for the
chocolate.
strapping... I'm sorry, what?
For a
What was
chocolate biscuit.
For a chocolate biscuit, yeah.
He's going to go for the strapping young man, or well, middle-aged man who's squared up and ready, because he wants
I mean,
to
to
give it
be
a shot.
fair,
So,
he's still strapping. You know, he's got that gray fox thing going for him.
So
Stenia is just gonna
you can,
nail this thing right now.
yeah, Ustenia, you can go ahead and target and do one attack because you've got your strike ready. So, or I guess it's one action. So if your attack action is that, you can hit twice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you bonus action rage last time?
Yes.
He did.
He's
Nice.
gonna fuck this thing up.
Yeah, he
Okay.
is.
It.
Yeah, and because it is on the path, he does get.
25.
It's just a normal attack. So
Yep.
that is good.
12.
It's
Okay,
versatile,
yeah.
so it should be D10, right?
Yeah, you go ahead and overhand this this long sword into this creature, but again, you're not striking much. Like it feels like you're hitting through like what you'd imagine like striking a sword through like a couple pounds of cotton candy would be. There's something there, but it just kind of goes through it. So definitely
hot
didn't do all the
knife feel
damage.
better.
Yeah,
It's a
it
silver
definitely
glove.
do it.
Oh,
So-
hold on. I need to somehow change the dice on this thing because
You
it
should
should have
be
been
able
1d.
You
Let's see.
yeah. You
No,
should be
dragging
able
it
to
doesn't work.
No, no,
No,
no.
that doesn't
No,
work.
no. So what you do, when you're on the item or the action, like if you hit the magnifying glass, you can. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I do know a way of
that's
doing this because I
perfect.
did this with all my
that
I
there.
did this with all my magic spell with my.
And then you go down to the damage section. You right click.
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
add in a
there's
second
Yeah, you add in a second action.
stat line. Yeah,
Yeah,
the second
and then you
action.
just put in your D10 from the bottom into there.
No, I think that one does it at the same time with melee weapons. I think with melee weapons you have to add a new melee
Let me
weapon
just
completely.
Okay. Let me test that for you.
I think.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It does.
yeah, you need to add a new melee weapon with melee weapons. For spells,
Okay,
you
yeah,
can
you
add,
can't
like, a
do
new
what you
stat
just
line.
did.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so you have to just add another silver longsword, just 2H.
Two-hand.
Yeah, that's what I did with Demir, for example.
Okay.
I just had a second one that just 2H and adjusted the hit dice or the attack dice on there. I mean, you basically rolled pretty well for that one though. I mean, that would be about average for a D10 right now. So
Yeah.
that one's fine, but if you want to
Okay.
go ahead and do another one, just add another.
Yeah, I'll go
silver
add
longsword.
another one in. Hold on.
Which you can copy the same one down, then adjust the one you just copied if you needed to. Whew.
How do I?
You can bottom of the thing. There's a little brown button with like a forward slash. Click that. That's to edit list. Add, and then you can put there you go. That way you don't have to add another item. You just add the.
Yeah, instead of having two swords, which means you're carrying twice the weight, you just have two actions. I should tend to do the same thing
And
for my.
which one's the D10? It's the one third along, isn't it? From the left.
Yeah, it's more.
Yeah.
It's more
20,
like
D12, D10.
it's more squat.
It's a
Yeah.
Beyblade. Beyblade.
Like a top instead of a pyramidal shape.
Okay, I think I got it now.
Nice.
Yep. Your syntax is good too. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead and make your next attack. Your next attack. Okay.
Hit
Another
with
hit.
a 21.
21. Nice. You might want to make sure that you've got it correct. Hold on. I'll just double check this on yours. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. I can fix that for you. You didn't put in your proficiencies and stuff.
Oh, so that was just a
so-
flat
yeah,
plus his
both
strength.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
those
my
flats.
proficiencies aren't showing on all of them.
It should have a little yellow star next to him if it has proficiency.
I think it's good. I think it's good now. Hold on. I think it'll be good now.
Okay.
Uh,
Why is
I mean,
my strength 10?
your strength 10.
Yeah, it was 10. It's 18. Right, I'll fix the strength part.
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay, yeah, that is very weird.
Let me
because
just make
I-
sure that my attributes haven't
Plus
been changed. No, they're good.
It should be good.
Okay, they look fixed now. They look good.
Okay.
Weird. That's very weird.
Okay, right, I've hit. Now I can do damage.
Yes,
now,
you
now
can do
yes,
that.
Now you can,
Heard it,
you can
please.
do your damage.
Oh, 14.
Okay, yeah. Your your second strike actually does seemingly strike it more substantively. You hit a bit higher up on kind of its material part of the body, and you can definitely see it start flickering. Like it's almost like it's losing connection with the plane, but it is still holding on slightly. And now it gets its turn because that was an interrupt, and it is going to go ahead and try and attack you.
Also, Roach, I think that might be the first time we've rolled a d10 against you in the entire time I've been here, which is a long time.
Possibly. Not a lot of people use two-handed weapons, and that's usually what gets D10s.
Yeah, because I've
D10
been
is D12s.
shield.
Albert's used D12.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've not been using the versatile mode for either of my weapons because I've wanted the shield to get, the
Yeah.
extra AC.
The
But
shield.
I have no shield right now.
So you might as well
Yeah,
fuck him
no-
up, you know?
You have no
Well,
shield. You also don't have the majority of your armor, so
Yeah.
you're
I
just
might as
getting
well
your.
just Conan them.
Yeah, that's basically what you're doing.
This big old
The hell with you.
I mean,
Uh,
every single cantrip that I've ever fired is a D10.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
I'm always. I was like, that's
I-
not true.
D10
I'm
in
always
melee.
doing D10.
Okay, it's gonna try and attack you. And it gets an 18. They're actually rolling really fucking good this time. So it comes up onto you, Usteni, like right up to your face, and it just starts.
Oh.
And you start feeling like
Bad
part
touch,
of your
bad touch.
soul leaving you, and it does
That touch just reminds me of the
13
Bloodhound King.
13 necrotic damage, which does
Oh.
not get negated by your rage, because necrotic is
Yeah.
one of the only things that doesn't get negated by barbarian rage, other than psychic damage.
Just in your
Maybe
anger.
force. But either way, now I need you to roll a d4.
Write down your original strength as well. Just in case.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh fuck me, no. He's the
Usteni, you
strong
start-
one. Don't attack me.
Usteni, you start feeling like your hands shake a little bit as the sword gets a lot heavier, and the weird thing is this the drawing of your soul makes no noise until it starts getting more of it, and then it starts having more of a connection with the plane, and you hear the wind and the force it bringing your soul into itself, using it, and it's more made now than the other creature. Like it actually has full arms now. They've been knitted,
Disgusting.
black
Yeah.
skin knitting together over blackened bone, and it has like these gnarled long fingers, but it is there now, and it's starting to coalesce because of this. Okay, number 4.
Number 4. For those of you at home who are wondering what that crying is, it's Midge.
It's crying because I am the strongest of the party, and I just lost the maximum amount of strength possible in that roll.
You could
Yeah,
take
you now become the average of the party, because now you have a 14, don't you? Because you start
Yeah.
with an 18.
Yeah.
I think that
Hey,
means you're
he's
actually
still got
Average
high-
Magoo.
Still got higher strength than me.
That's very true.
Not
Oh,
much.
Isaac's fucked. Isaac, do you have a negative strength?
No. No. I've
No,
got 12.
you're at a 12. Okay.
Plus 1.
So you could technically take 3 of those
Yep.
at 4
Max.
before you just
At
die.
max.
Before I die. Yeah. Because if you hit 0 strength, you die.
Yep.
Right.
Basically,
Kill
your body
them.
collapsing in on itself and your heart being like, I can't work anymore.
Kill
Yeah,
them all.
Basically. Okay, this one rushes up to Demir. Demir did not hold an action. He's just
Because
ready
he threw his
to.
dagger, yeah.
He threw his dagger, so he did not get another action
Yep.
on that. So this creature's going to try and strike Demir. Let's see here.
Bad touch, stranger danger.
That's a natural 20.
I can't
Well, at
negate
least it doesn't double the strength drain.
Yeah, it doesn't double that. It only
I
doubles,
can't,
it
I
only
can't
doubles
negate
damage.
it because I used it to save him in the check earlier.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Right.
No, we had a
I
long
forgot
rest.
that No, not between that. Not between that.
Star Payload doesn't work on a long rest, it's daily.
Oh.
Sunrise. Yep.
Magic items don't work the same as player abilities.
Yep.
Don't waste the daily. Okay.
Well, it wasn't a waste. They didn't win the first challenge.
It's very true.
Well,
okay. No, I was just double checking to see if he has some extra stuff because he did level up.
This is going to be
but
bad.
okay.
Just to put it out there, this is going to be really bad.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be. It's not supposed to be an easy fight. Okay, damage.
Damn it.
13.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's 2 4s, a 2, and a 1 that I rolled on that.
That's not bad.
For those 4 dice. So 13 necrotic damage that it strikes. And Demir, I just got to make sure I write down Demir's strength because
Yeah.
Because you have to keep an eye on Demir sheet.
Yes, I do. It's a good thing he leveled up.
I mean, he didn't get an ability score improvement, but
No, but he got more HP.
Oh right,
for that,
no, he
so-
would have got that on. He would have got that at level 7 for fighters.
8.
Uh,
It's 8 for everyone.
No, you're right. So he has a 15.
I think it's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So he gets that. Let's see about D4.
I think
What do we
fighters
got
might get
here?
3 feats. Though.
Only 2. Only 2.
That's not bad.
So
That's okay.
13
There's only a
strength
single
means he goes
modifier
down.
if he had an
to
if he had an
He had +2. He had +2. He had a 15 before. So yeah. So now he's going down to a +1.
I just
and
get their
that's-
second attack at 7 because it means they can do 3 attacks in a turn with not second wind, with whatever the other thing is.
Yeah, it's second.
Yeah.
one.
That's what it is.
Yep.
So second
All right.
wind's
That's
one that
the
gives you
end
health.
of that creature's turn.
Well, it's
Creature
actually,
5.
it's adrenaline surge.
Yeah, action surge.
5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, it flies to you, Sash, because they seem to be looking for individuals to try and get the majority of their souls to rebuild themselves.
This thing
And
needs to
it's gonna
stop with the suck. It's bad, okay?
So it's gonna try and attack you.
I have a 9 AC. Please roll a 1.
That's a 16. That's a 16. It hits you, and it does
Everybody
8
press
necrotic
F in the chat.
damage. 8 necrotic damage, and I
That's
need you
alright.
to remember your strength. And then
I will
roll a
write it down.
D4.
Hang on 1 second.
Yep.
And do you want me to roll a D4 as well?
Yes, because that way it makes you guys feel responsible for this.
All because
Right,
we
boys.
failed a
Here we
con.
go.
You
Good luck.
no, it wasn't because you failed the con check. It's because somebody else decided. Never mind. You'll figure that out. Okay,
That puts
so
me down from a 16 to a 12.
to a 12. Okay, so you're Isaac at this point.
Hey!
So you feel your like internal strength start to waver, and you feel you're having trouble like with anything that like carrying the stuff you have on
You know, it's a good thing
and
she's not wearing her armor, because she would have been over
That is very
encumbered if she was wearing it right now.
That is very true. Remember that. But yeah, you see the creature start to form, and this one, instead of forming its legs, it creates the most of its lower torso starts to knit together and form. You can see the beginnings of the hips start to form, and this thing is just drawing what it can from you, like a hummingbird at a feeder, getting what it
speaking
can.
of-
Are they very feminine hips,
Seen
at least?
those- Have you seen those demons that are the hummingbird things?
Oh, yeah.
in
Those
Still
things-
life? Whatever they are.
Huh.
You know the one I mean, Roach.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, this one's gonna go.
Casme?
5, 10, yes. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, just barely in range. Right to you, Isaac.
Shield?
All right, shield up as a
Let
try.
me,
Well,
let me
you,
cast it. Let me cast it.
are you waiting? Are you gonna? That's a reaction. You can wait until it actually rolls to damage.
Well, yeah, okay.
until
I
it actually
will.
rolls.
I'll roll.
Yeah.
See if it rolls to hit.
Okay, let's see if it rolls. Let's see if it hits. All right. 12.
That hits me, so I'm shielding it.
All
I
right.
have 11 AC right now without my shield.
All right.
You
So,
have double
so
digits,
you cast shield. You cast shield in front of you, and this holy light appears in front of you out of nowhere and becomes solid for a second as it begins its action. But the light seems to be what hurts it.
Oh.
it recoils back as the light briefly flashes as it manifests in your as it manifests from your magical connection with your god, and it again, it makes no noise, but you can see if it was making noise, it's probably making a growling noise or some sort of like
you
some
keep
sort of
back.
noise of anger.
I've just got this like light shield right now. No.
And
No.
that stays with you until your next
Yeah,
turn.
until my turn. So this.
Yeah. Well, no, until the end of this round
Oh
when-
yeah,
right-
yeah. It will auto take off, won't it? So.
Yeah. So okay. Then we got creature 7, which is going to. It's got some options. I'm just gonna roll this. Okay. Wow. 10, 15,
Big rolls,
20,
big rolls, big rolls for me and
25,
Okay.
30. Okay.
Oh.
It's
Oh!
attacking Isaac.
Okay.
Because
At least you have the-
because
you have one of the
your
highest
soul
AC
hasn't been drawn yet, so it's
So-
you have a wealth
God.
of soul to draw from.
You
So
also
you
have the
got
highest, one of the highest values in this group of AC right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, because of your shield. So
And
let's
I'm
see if that
resistant to necrotic damage, so I'm tanking right now.
That's not
aside
good.
from the strength, thing, you would be
Honestly, is not the tank. This is when things go bad.
This
The-
is
the
bad.
One, the one fight where the sorcerer is the tank is the bad fight.
Yeah,
I mean,
This is
you
not
don't
good.
have like shit HP.
that's a natural 20.
Oh!
It's fine. So any damage is still. So is damage now normal because I halve it.
Well, I still have
But
to.
double- yeah,
That'll
yeah.
automatically apply. I still have to roll because
Yeah,
it does
yeah.
it automatically.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll do the damage, which is 18.
Not
That gave me
terrible.
the full 18.
Okay, then bring that down to half, whatever. Maybe because it was critical and it did something weird for it. I'm not sure.
Maybe the syntax is wrong on my resistances
It's probably it's probably just the syntax.
somewhere. Because we've never actually had a necrotic damage be done to me.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I see what it is. Radiant, you need a space right before the R. There needs to be a space between the comma.
Oh, okay. I don't know how
Yeah.
to change that. I don't know where it is on my character sheet anymore.
Find it, because then that'll make the
Oh, there it is.
that'll make the syntax work.
Since I'm resistant to cold damage, how do I put that on mine, just in case it comes up?
You can Midge might be able to give you that.
Yeah,
'cause
we can
figured
figure it out
how
during
to
the
do
break.
that. You can figure it out on the break. Okay. So it did that. You're gonna need to again write down your strength and then
Oh, fuck, yeah, because I'm gonna get
Please
damaged.
don't roll a 4.
Do I have resistance to this? Because I'm resistant to the crit shit? I don't know.
no.
Nothing to ask. Just...
There's not even a
No.
save for the strength drain. It's just if it hits you, you lose 1d4 strength.
I'm good.
Pretty fucking
Now I'm gonna
terrifying.
roll a d4, right?
This is
Roll a
gonna
D4.
be hard.
That's a 2.
2.
That's not terrible. That's,
All right,
that's me.
so-
10.
Okay.
It takes a bit of your soul from you, and again, you start feeling weak, and parts of you. The recent Constitution buff you had from your necklace, or from the what was it? that
Yeah, I've
you-
still got the amulet. It's the amulet of health.
Yeah, fucking phone call, rando.
Happens every
you
time.
yeah, it happens every time. You feel the recent strength that you've received of Constitution start going away from you, and this creature starts to slowly knit together its body. Okay, Isaac, it is your turn. By the way, the syntax hasn't been fixed on your token.
Back.
I know, I can't
Mm,
clear
check
it.
the-
I can fix it.
So if you clear it, I can put it back.
No, I just fixed the syntax. I put a space there.
Does there need to be a space
Right.
between the minus
So
one
I'm
and
going to be casting Spiritual Guardians.
That's colon.
So any of them within 15 feet of me need to make a Wisdom saving throw, I think.
What are you casting?
Spiritual
casting?
Guardians, and I'm going to force them to roll it. Don't worry. So,
Okay.
So within 15 feet, which I think is all of them, isn't it?
Be
Yeah.
5, 10. Yes, because that's actually large. That's further than the actual path. So they're all.
Okay. So they're all going to make a Wisdom saving throw.
A couple of them rolled natural 20s. 2 of them did.
3 of them did.
Holy shit.
And the
Actually,
other
wow, only one of them failed. 2 of them
Even
failed.
so, they
Only 2
only
of them
take
failed.
half damage. They take half damage at this, but it's 3d8 radiant damage.
Okay, that might work.
So I think I just killed them all.
You should probably make sure that. Oh yeah, that's right. I can see some of them
Yes.
have.
I just killed all of them. Oh,
Isaac,
So
you-
Isaac just goes.
Yeah.
He takes his holy symbol and he just raises it up and he goes, Halo demands you go back, evil fiends! And just all these spiritual angels just fly out of the holy symbol, the Star of Palor, the actual empowered symbol, start flying around, crashing into these shadow-like beings, ripping them in half and just decimating them, putting them back into this ethereal plane that we're in.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you see, very back to the shadow, just kind of like as you get very kind of thing. But you see all the creatures.
Gandalf on the bridge of Khazad-dûm.
Yeah, all of the creatures, but the one that failed to hit you, make sounds now. The one that hits you just kind of like ceases to be as it gets hit. But the ones that have knitted together some form of actual physical body at this point, when they're hit and everything like that, they start making these just disgusting animalistic screeches and screams that are otherworldly, just as they get brought back, like as they get drawn back into not this plane, but you see them flicker out of existence in like little tiny gates to another plane you can see for a split second before they disappear, that these things are drawn into, and you can see fire and death and blackness and in a void that they were seemingly in, and they sensed your souls to come and try and find a new undead life by stealing yours. And yeah, well, that's the fucking end of the combat, because you just did that.
Well, is there going to be more of them coming towards me? I don't know.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Anyway,
Okay,
This is the end of this encounter.
First
I
thing
can
I want
only
to
hold this
roll
on for
a-
so much longer, but if you all stick near me, we can move towards the end of the road. Hopefully we can get to the end of the path before I have to dissipate them.
Okay, so first things first, Roach. Can I make a religion check to see if I know what these things might be?
Sure. Go ahead, make a religion check. Yeah.
That was a bit of a tough bit down.
Oh, really?
Roll the dice.
Don't worry, I killed all the creatures.
Roll
In
the dice.
one,
Every
in
single
attack.
one in one go. Spiritual guardians, mother trucker. Apparently they were vulnerable to radiant damage.
Oh
So even when they failed the DC, it did full damage on them, and it's
There we
3d8.
go.
I leave for 2 minutes and you just nuke the map.
Okay.
It was the only way to be sure.
Yeah, this is the only way. Okay, Sesh, you don't have a lot of specifics, but these match in a lot of text you've read. Even like in the time that you've been traveling with Isaac, you've read a little bit of the Palorian text that he has available to him, because he did have the child primer that he was given by Mother
Yes,
Superior.
I've got a couple. I've also got another one that was, you know.
When does our strength come back?
After a
well,
short
we'll get to
rest,
that.
or when
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But you do recognize these are like remnants. These are not souls. These are not damned souls. These are what's left after a soul has been sucked of its essence by demons and devils in the lower planes. These are the fragments that are left. These are mere shadows of the former that used to exist, and it's said that these will stalk any plane they can get on for a full soul or a living person, which is their primary target, to try and rebuild a vestige of what they used to be. They can't ever be fully healed from the destruction of their original soul, but they strive for it. And you think that that's what this little hunting group was doing. They found you in a slightly unprotected demi-plane that was in this pathway, and they saw a rich feeding ground. And if you had let them, they probably would have sucked the entirety of your friend's souls to reform some sort of half creatures that would
Can
continue
we be
moving.
doing this while moving?
Yeah, I'm assuming you're doing that.
Okay,
I'm assuming
cool.
you're
Good
walking
thinking.
with each other and just kind of staying in this
Everyone's
path. and
staying close to me. I've just got this.
all of
these
you see
angels.
Yeah, all of you see these
Fuck.
golden
I missed
angels
the chance
start
to
flying
shout
around.
Vexo Patronum.
Too late now.
Missed your moment.
But you continue moving forward, and actually, what you see is again the path behind you is leaving, and now actually, the path in front of you starts getting closer. You're making progress. Before it was like off in the distance.
I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration on Justinia, which will cure him of his strength drain.
Uh,
I only have 2 of those slots.
Hold on a second.
It cures 1 condition, which I'm assuming strength drain is a condition.
No, give me 1 second. I gotta read it.
If you want, I can put it in the chat. I can just drag and drop it into the chat.
I mean, Sesh would try it anyway.
Yeah, you can try it. Yeah, no, I'm just double checking the effects. Yeah, you can go ahead and try and do the so you go ahead and as you're walking.
I'm just gonna go
kinda-
reach over and just touch him and possess restoration on him to try and heal his
Wow.
strength drain.
Okay. Is there a roll for that?
Nope.
No. Okay. So you do so, and Ustenia, you feel your friend's god kind of. You've been healed by her before. You feel the presence kind of go into you for a split second as it tries to fix what's wrong, but you don't feel it as it normally does. It seems to kind of not fully be able to fix your current problem. It tries, but it's unable to grasp at the broken part and put it back in. It's it just kind of stays there, and it feels warm to the touch, but nothing has fixed. You still feel weak and kind of tired, even though you were just fighting for it. This actually less than 10 seconds, but you feel like you've just gone 10 rounds in a fighting pit.
Just like
Sesh,
my
you don't believe it
GB.
works.
Let me knock that off my second. That'll be
Yes,
fine.
knock that off. But yeah, you continue walking. Is there anything anybody else wants to do? Rivallon.
I'm gonna cast daylight since it didn't seem to like light.
Okay. Cast daylight.
I'm gonna cast
Brief-
it on my symbol and hold it in the air.
All right, so you're starting to bring that around, and I'm saying you don't even need a perception check for that. You see 10 more of these creatures out in the ethereal plane that were starting to come in. They were still less, more than 30 feet away from you, so Rivallon didn't get the tick on his radar. But you see them. Daylight comes up, and these things recoil silently, and they slink back into the darkness.
It's 60 feet of full day and then 60 feet of dim.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're
fucking up. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
the
like,
light
fuck this, I'm done.
seems to be antithetical to their existence. Because
How long does your daylight spell last?
An hour.
Okay, I'm dropping spiritual guardians.
And I'm gonna say like all the angels like in a moment.
Yeah, I look
Back
like they
into your
dive
thing.
back into the symbol.
Yeah, back into the
She's just
symbol.
holding her symbol above her head in the air, just a big old bright, dazzling light.
A beacon through the darkness as you start
Yeah.
going through.
There's no.
Is
point
there anything
in
anybody
smoke
else
trying
wants to do
concentrate.
while they move, or anything like that?
Pray to my ancestors for guidance. What is this place?
Demir falls back to you, Ostenia, staying within the daylight, and he's trying to help you because technically you took more damage in terms of the strength than he did. He tries helping you, as a,
Okay.
doing the thing where he's not necessarily like putting putting your arm around his shoulder to kind of do that, but he's giving you the chance to kind of put a little weight on him as he's walking, because grand scheme of things he didn't lose a lot of the strength he had, but you lost a lot more. So
Ah! Steve's just put the ancestors answer with 42.
Wait, they what?
Me just holding up a mug that's 42.
To those listening to
don't know.
the podcast, which will eventually, hopefully, at some point become online, Midge was holding up a cup that said 42.
yeah.
That was not a veiled comment, Midge. That was me just saying, eventually,
Sooner or
we'll come
later.
back.
We'll catch up sooner or later. But yeah, Demir takes you. He goes, don't know where we are, but I think we should get out of here as quickly as possible. No place else can be worse than this.
Oh, never say that. Don't ever say that. Watch your face.
You've
We're
been
in
traveling
late.
with me for like 3 months, for almost a quarter of a year. You don't know my name?
Should I?
Okay. All right.
Death
All right,
glare.
Elf. Got it, Elf.
I give
I've
Demir
been alive for hundreds of years. I barely remember the guy in the
You're-
robe's name.
You're a dog to me.
Yo,
Um,
we should be ready for anything.
I'm still trying to remember your name right now. Can you hold on? Isaac.
Seems they took some brain strength with that, with their sucky.
Sucky.
Yeah,
You know how at the beginning of the
pack.
stream we were actually talking about how we need to keep this like that. I'm sorry.
not adults
my mind-
only, but not kid friendly. Just that,
Yes.
that middle ground right there. Yeah, yeah.
Rated
Walk
T
that
for
line.
teen.
No, it needs to be like M for mature. 17 years old. That's the perfect spot. At that one age.
Yeah, I'm going tenacious D humor. That's where I'm going.
There you go.
Pretty,
Good.
pretty on point, yeah.
Well, either way, I mean, I don't know. He, whatever he was back there, our god, he's kind of unsure. Said other people wanted, other things wanted to talk to us. Talk to some of you.
Something tells me we're gonna have a few untimely visitors. So, yeah.
But the good news
Well, we
is,
can't go back. So.
No.
I don't think anyone else is going to have a trial quite like this, so it might help your choosing.
That's true.
If
That's
they
a very-
even know what went on here.
There's a camera following us.
Where are we, even?
I think your
religion?
shamans would know. We tried to work out where we were, didn't we? We just.
I think you did.
Yeah, you tried working out, and what you came out with is this is probably not a full plane. This is probably a demi-plane that's specifically made to connect the Uteshian afterlife or whatever was that creator's existence, which was a smaller underplane, to a larger plane. So it's a temporary tunnel.
We're on a
We're
path
in the
between-
trade between planes.
Yes.
I just had that inception moment. We're waiting for a train.
We have to go deeper.
We're on a path between the afterlives.
So are we
We're
dead?
dead?
No, very much not. Hopefully.
You do not have to be dead to travel the planes. Just the dead
guess it
also travel the planes.
It helps though, doesn't it?
Very much
Oh,
so.
certainly. But at least we
ticket.
have the ability to return should we find
Survive.
Not with more fights like that.
Yeah, I haven't
Hopefully
felt
they
this
won't.
skinny in like probably a decade.
Huh, welcome to my size, everybody.
Weren't you at
7'3".
10? Weren't you at
Yeah.
10 strength
Yeah.
rates? Or even
So
worse
was
than
I.
everybody else, aren't you?
I
Oh.
miss, I'm down by 1, whereas they're down by like 4.
I'm
Oh
down
no,
by 2
the
modifiers.
lowest is Rivallon, who's at 7, I think.
Yeah.
Out of everybody here, yeah.
I'm
which is
down by
pretty
2
bad.
modifiers. I'm down from with +3 to a +1.
Oh
Yeah,
wow. Oh yeah, you were right on the cusp, weren't you? Oh, that
Yeah,
sucks.
I had a 16 in
yeah.
strength, so that 4 really fucked me.
That did.
I'm only down a +1 and I don't use strength. Like, I mean,
But it's
I
a good
can
thing
make
that like
vacuum.
Sesh's main thing is our wisdom modifier.
Yeah. Have we reached the door yet? The next door?
Well, yeah, as you're talking and getting to that, basically you spend another, even though it looked like it was getting closer, it doesn't seem, it's a planar, and you're familiar with this, Isaac, in some ways, but like distance, time, dimension, it's very fluid. It's very fluidic in here, and it seems like as you were talking and interested in the conversation with each other, it got longer. Like it's almost like the actual plane itself sensed you were having a conversation and didn't want to interrupt the conversation with the destination.
Hey,
As
don't
a player.
intrude in our conversations. You get that
Super
door
polite
here as soon as
planes,
possible.
what
You
do you
hear me?
It's sensing yourself. It's a demi-plane, which means it's not actually. It's normal planes are affected, as both you and Isaac would know, are affected by the predominant inhabitants of that plane. So the Feywild exists as it is because of the Feywild's inhabitants feeling it should work like that. But you, being the only residents on the plane now of any actual soul, affect it mostly. And
Wait a
as you
minute.
start
They
thinking,
were Fey.
no, not this isn't the
They
Feywild.
They were.
They
undead.
were the remnants of damned souls that had come here. But as you think, where's that entrance gonna come up? It feels like you're right there.
That's
And
very
you're at-
strange, but very appreciative.
Okay, so this is fucking Inception.
Yeah, kind of. You, as you're in a plane by your basically you are in your own plane right now.
This
You
would be like if
control
one of us had
its
our own
cons-
demi-plane, basically.
Yeah, you control what it means or what it exists as.
I want
so
a
you
chicken
get-
and ham sandwich.
Thunk. Oh.
Sweet.
An actual grown chicken appears in your hands. When you say that, this is legitimate. You think a ethereal chicken is in your hands right now, and as you think that's weird, it disappears.
I would like my vitality to be restored.
You feel a lot stronger now.
I want to
I
feel my
do.
strength back.
I too
Alright.
want to feel strong.
Do
like
we,
my
do we
vitality.
get our
Anybody who
strength
wants
back?
to do that, you think about it, and your strength returns to you. It seems as you have banished the other inhabitants of the plane, you are now the predominant inhabitants, which means you have control over it.
Yeah,
Oh,
can
yeah.
I put my strength back on now?
You guys got a puzzle that wasn't actually a set puzzle. That's the
Wow.
first time that's happened.
On that one, well done. Nice one, guys.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm gonna use...
I would like 30 to my charisma.
Doesn't seem like you can do anything that you know wasn't in your
Okay.
possibility, like your internal possibility. It has
I
limits
am
to
a
it, so-
god.
I would like my spell
mean-
slots back.
Roll a d20.
18.
You get 2 spell levels that you can return. Either that's 2
I've
level
only
1
used
spells.
2.
There you go.
I've only
No, it's either 2 level 1 spells or 1 level 2 spell is what you can get.
Oh, I've only used the third.
You've only used third, then you cannot. Then you don't. It does not have enough chutzpah in it to give you a full
Yeah,
spell
fair
slot
enough.
back. It seems there is limits to this temporary demi plane. You can't be total gods, but you can get potentially something back if you think about that. Like if you
What
wanted
do
to
I
get
want?
Sesh, repower
What do
your.
I want?
If you can. I didn't quite get there, but I feel like maybe if you try, I think you used a few more lesser spells than I have recently.
Okay, I'll give it a go.
roll a
d20.
d20. Yeah, roll a d20.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
Oh,
no.
2. Well, it's very much a sliding scale. You get 1 spell level back, so it's either
So
it's a
one
level 1
level
spell.
one.
1 level 1 spell you can get.
I have
back,
used
yeah.
no level 1 spells.
Then you don't. It's not enough. Like you feel like there is a little bit of mana returning into you, but it's not enough to give you back. I think another use of one of your actual uses. So you lose that.
I want to know what the murder of my family looks like.
Roach is dead.
Roach has died.
Yeah.
You crashed him, rival. You, God damn it!
You got him. You killed him. Well done,
You
rival.
went too far.
Thank
went
you.
too far.
Thank you. I'm here all week. Don't forget to tip your waitress.
Tip your waitress.
Just
Sorry, I
stuck
got
there.
that. There's a-
Yeah, host connection lost. Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, this happened about this time last time, didn't it?
It did. It did.
There we go.
He's
Here
back.
he is.
We're back. We're back. Right. Did you
I
hear
was
what I
just
said?
getting onto my phone. I was just getting on my phone.
Did you hear what I said?
No, I didn't. What were you saying?
I want to know what the killer of my family looks like.
Give me 1 second.
That's
I just need a d20 for this.
Okay. What, you need a d20 or I need a d20?
No, I need a d20 because you're saying because this I didn't actually have a mechanic for. Huh.
Yes!
So I just need to
I've caught him out!
check. It happens more than you think. Okay. You think about it seriously, like you drop the little like your external demeanor for a second. You think, I want to know what he looks like directly. What he looks like. Are you saying you want to know what he looks like now?
Yes.
And it doesn't seem like the plane necessarily gives you the information, but what it does give you is the ability to know it yourself. What that means is it kind of plays in your head for a second, and your memory gets much sharper for a split second. And you remember the vision you had during your second conversation with Zagul, where she tried to entice you with the future where you killed your family's killer. You looked at his face back then, but you were more focused on not getting enticed and
yeah.
rebuffing her. But you remember his face now. Slightly balding, half-elven man, dressed in a uniform of the Athenian Empire. You know that face for life now. You'll never forget it.
Right.
It's like burned in there now, because now you can just see them. And it's in the context of the vision. So what you see is a slightly wounded man, older than you by far, but still half-elven. Actually, no, he wouldn't. Hold on a second. I actually have the notes from that flashback still.
Half elves, he'd be younger.
Half-elves would have a...
They have human age plus 20 ish. He's gone again.
Sort of thing.
He
Yeah.
did. So,
So he'll look older, but could be younger than you.
so Rival, what do you think of Kaepernick's workout?
Okay.
Looked like-
All right, I'm back.
Hi,
I'm
buddy.
on my phone.
Okay.
I'm on my
So,
phone. So to continue with that rival, which is it's an elvish man,
Mm-hmm.
and what you and you what again in the context of the vision you saw when you were talking with Zagul.
Yeah.
So there is a let's look at this. 1 second.
Okay. I'm back.
eBay.
Again,
Should we change the
You,
region
uh,
again?
no, it's not you guys, it's me.
Okay.
It's me. Don't worry. You
Half
you see
elvish
in the
man,
context
balding.
elvish man. He's a full elf. He's older
Oh.
than you, because he was full grown when you were a kid.
Yeah.
So he's this elvish man, slightly balding, white hair, beard, and you see him in the context of that vision where he is wounded, and you're slightly above him, and there's no words coming up, but he's like hands above, shaking slightly with blood on it, and he's mouthing, wait, and you just see that in your face, or you see that face in your head over and over again, and you know that for life. If you
And
saw
it's
him,
part
you'd
of
know.
the He was in the uniform
Athenian
of the-
Empire.
What? Sorry. Elysian.
No, hold on 1 second. I'll just make sure I'm saying it. The Arthurian Empire.
Arthurian Empire.
Yeah, it's if you look at the map of Rivallon, it's the Blue Empire in the successor rooms, right below the kingdom of Pyramid and above the Clan dynasty.
Ooh, that's where my previous character was from, I think.
Oh, guess where we're going to be going eventually, people.
No, you were from Osnia. The little gray one.
Oh,
in
the little
between.
grey one. That's right.
Yeah.
I was Osnia.
Yeah.
Wow, you remember that?
I do remember that.
Please say he's
The
gonna
Roach's
appear as
brain
another
works like
character.
mine. He remembers
As an
weird shit.
NPC. Please say he's gonna appear as an NPC. That'd be so cool.
We'll see. Okay, but yeah, you see that Rivallon, and that's as you're walking, and you figure out that you can kind of affect things like this. And as you all walk back, or as you walk forward, and then the entryway appears, you see an indefined pathway in front of you. It has no actual other end from what you can see. It is a slightly whitish light, but it is definitely an exit to this demiplane. What do you all want to do?
Well,
Ready to go when you guys are.
it's Ustinia's choosing, so I think we should allow him to decide.
We go now, quickly, before more of them things come back.
Yeah, that light's not gonna last forever, is it? Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, who goes
Oh.
in first?
I'll go first. I'm wearing armor.
Okay. Take a
Oh,
step
no, I-
forward, and as you're
Did use a level 1. I used shield, so I got shield back.
There you go.
get a shield back. There you go. You kind of like do. It's kind of weird in the way that you step in, because you just step in normally, but it's like when you are going downstairs and you miss a step,
Yeah.
or you think there's going to be another one, but it's actually just a floor. Like it's that split second of, oh, I'm gonna die, as you don't have footing. That's kind of the split second you feel as you walk in, and then everybody gets that feeling as you're walking in. It's like walking through the Stargate in a way. You just kind of like
Oh.
go in.
You semi-fall
And-
into it.
You semi-fall into it, yeah, and then you all see nothing. You all just, it almost feels like you cease being. And then, but you're aware of it, which is the weird thing. You cease being, but you are aware of your being. It's this contradiction of the planes that comes about, and then you're in a field with slight fog resting over indefined species of grass around you. And there is nothing behind you anymore. As you walk through, you are all alone in this field. Just fog around. There is
Hello?
a light. The sky is lit, but there is no sun. Give me a perception check, everybody.
I
I
am
got kicked.
loading
We all
into
got
the
kicked
game.
out the game, so
I
because you
didn't.
disconnected. So
Right.
we're currently all
11.
jumping right.
We should
Okay,
probably
well-
just take a break for the minute, and then we'll come back.
Oh yeah, we're 6 minutes away from break. Do we want to take the break ever so slightly
21.
early so we can all get back?
Sure, we'll take a break. We'll take a break. That's a good one.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll keep those in
so-
mind though. I'll keep those.
Yeah,
in mind.
I'll roll mine like in the break, but we'll be right back. Go get yourselves like a beverage, refreshment, toilet if you need it. We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. I was about to say enjoy, but I mean you might enjoy the break, but hopefully you enjoy this more. We'll see you soon.
We out.
We are now.
No.
Let me find out. Okay.
Oh, I love
No,
Golden Wonder.
if it's a lot of work, I just didn't know if you knew off the top of your head, like a general, because I was just trying to figure out my.
Oh no, I can give you a rough because I did it in live stream form.
Right.
So we're talking 18 videos, and they were like 2 to 3 hours long.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm debating doing hour-long episodes, which take a long time to upload and like a big infrastructure problem for me, or just cutting it down to like 45-minute kind of episodes, longer than my normal 25 or 26-minute, but going to 45.
Well,
a good...
If you work it as up, I normally did like 3 hours per live stream,
Yeah.
and I did 18 live streams.
Yeah. Okay. That wouldn't be that
So if
bad.
you did it, then
YouTube's
an hour.
algorithm is switching back to longer videos.
Yep.
So
Like I said, the COPPA thing does suck for people that had gone really hard into making advertiser-friendly content, which also meant kind of making it kid-friendly for a time, and they're going to get kind of screwed. But people like me who haven't done that, like I resisted doing that. My CPMs are going to
friendly.
yeah.
Like, I'm sure there was a
CPMs
time, right, where like
gonna be up,
There was a
I
time
think.
when everyone was trying to be kid friendly because they just weren't making money on YouTube.
Well, yeah,
Well,
that's
anyone
what the
who was
kid thing
anybody
was.
like stop swearing
Yeah.
and all that. All that kind of stuff.
I'm doing pretty well on
Which
my
is-
CPMs.
Yeah, no, obviously it's holidays.
No,
November,
I'm doing.
you know,
When I first started making like actual hit 1,000 and started, I actually did really well on my CPM, and it's not really gone anywhere. It stayed around the same.
Well, it's good. Yeah, that's good. I know. I noticed
the
I
fucking-
get better income near the holidays as
Yeah,
well.
because they're
It
spending
shoots
well,
up.
more people
budget.
watch
And
it.
then January is like dead.
Yeah, because
Yeah, January's the dead.
marketing budget.
I'm wondering when COPPA, after January 1st, when it starts going right into effect, I wonder how the CPMs are going to be affected in terms of individual channels. Because I'm hoping to see an uptick of. I'm going to be like conservative and say like maybe 10%. I think 10%'s probably the sweet spot.
Not bad
I'd be
shit.
happy with 10%.
I'd be happy with anything. Fucking 1% would do me greatly.
I'm thinking 10% because there's a lot of kids channels that get the majority of the advertisements right now,
Mhm.
and if they're no longer getting that, I think then that's free. That's free ads that can go into other channels.
More
and
ads
stuff
for
like
more
that.
people.
Well, less people. More ads for less people. That's the thing. It's right now it's everybody's getting or trying to vie for the same amount of ads. If you cut a whole segment out, then everybody else will have a larger pool to pick from, which I
Nice.
think will be great. Yeah.
It'd be
I
nice
also
to go back to pre-apocalypse times in terms of money making. That would be my.
I don't know if we'll ever do that though. I'm
No, I
not
don't
sure.
think we will,
No.
but hey.
I think we'll like. I think if this goes well, though,
Roach.
well, I think if this goes well, we might see it close. I don't think we're gonna get there, but I think we'll might kind of even out maybe 20% less than where that was. But that's still okay. That's a lot better than what it's been the last 2 years. No. I still remember back in the old days when CPMs, back when I first got advertisement on the channel back in 2013. Like around that time, CPMs were super good, really good. I wasn't getting views back then, but it was really good.
Like what's
So,
super good?
like I was seeing CPMs for my channel at around like we're looking at an average of like an off normal months maybe like $25
Yeah.
CPM, which was really good for a small channel that's pulling in, not that great. I'm not getting premium ad stuff. That was before I hit 1,000 subscribers. So, I was getting the shit tier ads, but I was $25 for an off time. Or
Nice.
that's great. That's 2013 era, and that's
Do you know what?
it's good.
Do you know what I miss? Being part of an MC, the MCN,
MCN.
and getting customized ads, and oh god, yeah.
You should make your own MCN with blackjack and hookers.
You
It's
can't do
hard.
it as
I
much
looked
anymore.
into it. You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but there's a lot of legal proceedings to go for it to
Yeah.
be able to do it.
Yeah, because
It's a
So
long way
there's-
from the Wild West of the early
Yeah.
MC.
Because everyone was either with
Yeah.
Machinima or like they made their own thing and then it fell apart like 6 months later.
No, I was with
because
Kurt.
don't forget about don't forget about that one that fell apart and like basically what channel was it, Smosh or one of the, it was one of those big guys that just basically lost like access to their shit because they the CPM they were in just bankrupted and they owned everything, so they couldn't get back in. But by the way, I don't know if Utari's back or not.
Yeah, I'm here.
Are we? Okay, good. But Utari, you might know this because you're again into 40k. You're into tabletop more than I am, but you're into 40k as a thing. Did you hear the guy who did who does Astartes had his channel hacked?
Yes, we heard about that.
He has no control over it.
Yeah, his account got hacked, and he was doing the.
And YouTube just didn't. YouTube just didn't do anything.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Yeah, the hackers still control his channel.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, yeah, that is something. So we're all back. Are we all good to?
Yeah,
go back
let's
in?
keep.
Okay. So, Isaac, you still have to roll your perception check.
Oh, shit. Yeah, sorry. Thought I'd throw a curse word in there to keep us hip.
I'll take care of that.
Please
Oh,
don't.
no.
Please don't ever say the word hip ever again. You boomer.
That's
Dirty
pretty
20! Dirty 20!
I've got a dirty
20.
21.
Okay. That's true. Okay. So I really like the dirty 20 term. I'm starting to really.
You
like,
killed me.
that.
Somebody in my real life group really likes it too. They're like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
dirty 20.
I told
I got
my real life group this week, and they were like, "I love that word."
Yeah,
Was like
I got
10
well,
minutes.
I got it from Dimension 20, the Fantasy High stuff, and that's.
Well,
what
thank
they
you,
started
Dimension 20. That's
for
your
creating that
forgetful.
term. Yeah. All right. So, Rivallon and Isaac. As you're looking around at this kind of empty, grassy meadow that you're in with this low fog, which, by the way, the fog kind of reaches up to like your mid-calf. You notice you're more on a hill, and it kind of gently rolls away downwards to you, and you see on an opposite hill, not too far away from you, a figure. And yeah, you both. This figure, tall, a woman, long hair, no defined features, looking away from you. You don't see your face or anything like that, but the shape and everything you can see. What do you do?
I pointed out to the rest of the party. There seems to be a woman on the other hill.
Can you see her face? Because I can't.
I think she's turned away.
Nope.
There's.
I could fire an arrow in her general direction.
I wouldn't do that. I have two running theories of who this might be.
If it's Liban, I want to shoot her.
I think it might be more powerful than that.
If it's Zagul, I want to shoot her.
Yeah, long blonde hair is the only other defining feature of being a little tall.
Definitely not Zagul.
We have no idea what Zagul looks like. Except for the fact
You do.
she's missing an eye.
You've seen her
You do.
a lot.
You've seen her? Yeah.
Does she look like a Zagul? To
I'll have
I'd ask her
a
about
hard think. And then,
You remember
yo,
Zagul.
God, does she look like Zagul?
You remember Zagul as being a slightly muscular, tall, pale woman with long black hair.
No.
And a beat up face, which does not match this at all.
She's not well built enough, doesn't have black hair, and I'm assuming her face is in one piece.
Does this match anyone from Isaac's past?
Not enough to go off of. It's too far away. This is like a couple hundred feet away, and there's still a fog that's kind of obscuring a lot of things. It's concentrated on the ground, but there's still a light haze
Is
in the
my
air.
daylight spell still working?
Yes, it is. But if you've ever had headlights on in a fog, it does not help.
No, it doesn't.
It's basically just reflecting back on you, so it's even brighter.
You're getting those
Turn off
nice
my daylight
UV.
spell because ow.
All right, and it's off, which makes it a bit better. But it's still it's light out. Again, there's no sun or anything that's emitting light, but the sky is day.
I believe we should try and walk towards this being and have another conversation. I don't get the air that it's hostile, and at least not yet.
We got an early warning system at least.
Yeah, we have to go within 30 feet for that to work, though.
Well.
We need to be within 30 feet for our barbarian to work as well, so I think we're
Justinia just giggles in the background like, all right.
I think with that sort of Isaac would pat Justinia on the back, sort of, just as a jovial. Isaac is doing like a lot for he's. Sesh, you've got a high like perception.
My passive perception is 17.
Isaac, you notice that Isaac is doing a lot of sort of black comedy today because he is freaking nervous.
Isaac, are you feeling well? You're a little bit more humorous than you usually.
I'm absolutely chipper.
He's terrified.
I thought you were about ready to say, "I'm absolutely terrified."
I have shit my
With a
pants. at least
smile
once
on his
today already.
face. On his face as he does so.
So you're
You see, these outer worlds are in my lifeblood, and that scares me to all shit.
so you're going towards the beam.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Stay away from the
Start
light.
walk-
Stay away from the light. I can't help
So you
it. It's so beautiful.
Beautiful. So you start walking towards the creature, this being on this hill, and as you get closer, okay. Are any of you trying to be stealthy?
No.
I'm always trying to be stealthy.
Isaac's not.
I'm not.
I'm 7'3",
Alright.
Roach. It's not happening.
Demir's not either. So, okay. You see
You're
it
not in armor this
move.
time.
Yeah, that's true. Not in armor.
I still
so
have
you
an
don't get
negative 1 to
disadvantage.
my stealth checks though.
But no disadvantage. Slight look back, and you see the skin is pale, like a pale white, or maybe like an ashen gray. You're not exactly sure at the distance. And then the form, which is very indefined at this point, you see 2 large wings spread, and then into the air, a little hop, turn, and then a little kind of flap down to steady, and then maybe about 50 feet away from you.
Can you describe
Again,
the wings to me?
angelic in a way, like white,
They're
whitish
swan
wing, like a
wings, not bat wings.
yeah, not
Well,
bat wings, yeah,
Okay. Well,
like
the
like
reason-
white feathers, very clean looking, well kept.
Okay.
Not
One
even
of
really
yours,
well.
Isaac?
Well, the reason
Maybe.
I possibly it could be anyone's, but white symbolizes good. If someone was corrupted of my kind or the kind that I come from, their wings generally change color.
Or they lose one. That's what I've heard before.
How I can tell you what they tend to look like. Give me a moment. This is like common folklore for.
You've probably been told this by your mother and your aunt at least twice.
1,000 times. Like they tell.
Yeah.
It's like one of those proverbs where they're like, "Oh, if you think this is gonna happen to your wings."
And Richter, and
Yeah,
and
just
the high
everyone.
priest of your
If you
Of the
see
temple.
someone with this color of wings, you do not
like
talk
little
to them.
charts, little charts that they've got written up in books.
It's not a racial thing. It's totally not racial.
No, it's not, totally not. But no, while you're looking up that, well, suffice to say, this does not seem to be that. But it's slightly obscured. This being is slightly she is slightly obscured because the fog has been riled up on her landing, so it's slowly obscuring. But she's probably she's. What was that, Isaac?
They've updated the description of what my wings do, and fuck me, I need to use them more. Holy shit! I get to do extra damage when they're out. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
should
part of
remember
the
that, you
rules.
idiot.
Yeah. But yeah, the face is slightly obscured, and you see now that she's much closer, you have a better sense of her size. Taller than Sesh.
That kind of woman.
And as
I think we just
the
learned a lot
fog,
about Sesh more than anything there.
you did.
Step on me.
Oh, the Ustinia-Sesh relationship died before it even started.
I mean, we don't know that.
Sorry.
I don't know that even. I just think Sesh would be into women as well.
Oh, okay.
Who knows?
She's a clerical life. You
It's
know,
up to
all
you,
about
it's your
living
character.
experiences,
Yeah.
you know?
Pan.
Yeah.
It's a pan dragonborn.
But you
Person, not the.
but after a few seconds and the fog starts to settle, you hear a voice. This is familiar to you, Isaac.
Oh no.
A
Okay.
a feminine voice, one that you have confided in many a night and many a prayer. I didn't expect you to get here, Isaac. It is your aunt, Haziel.
Oh no.
Want me to kill her?
Who is this?
I know this creature.
Just don't answer my question.
This is my aunt. Hello, Haziel.
Is that a no then?
That's a decided no, right?
Oh, okay.
Hello.
What do you mean you didn't expect us to get here?
I knew you had been brought to the upper plane, but I was unaware of where you were specifically going. I suppose he sent you here as consolation or some such. Very considerate of him.
I believe there's multiple reasons us as a group are here, but I feel my reason is possibly this room, yes.
Indeed. I would also like to say hello to all of you.
Hello.
I've not met any of you before, though I have heard of you in many a prayer.
Hello.
Hello.
Sup?
I go around and introduce who everyone is, just even though she.
You do it
she
in
knows.
Celestial,
It's
like
just
Tinia does. In...
yeah. I'm gonna do it in Celestial. Just to. I want to be
She's-
speaking in Celestial right now instead of Common.
Yeah, she gets closer as well, and she'll take the individual's hands and do like a formal shake to everyone who allows her to, slightly bending down for even you, Sesh. She is very tall, and a
Unique feeling.
of an angelic individual. When she smiles. It's been a long time, Isaac. I'm sorry. Wasn't entirely my intention or choice.
You're getting yourself a little roach.
Wasn't entirely my intention or choice.
I'm aware. I've had contact with a number of creatures since our last speaking.
All called the same thing, I expect. The Aughtons.
The Ottens mainly, but there's been others.
Oh,
Why?
I knew the Ottens were probably going to be interested. They are a very single-minded entity. Especially with the company you keep. No offense to any of you.
None taken.
I like the idea that that was in Celestial, and then no offense to any of you, was just in common. So like they missed everything.
It was, yes.
Said-
Actually, she's very accommodating. She's been speaking in common this whole time.
None
I was
taken.
about to go. Why should I be offended? If you want me to be offended, I'll be offended. I'm quite happy to be offended. I'm very good at offended.
That won't be necessary, Mr. Rivallon.
It's just Rivallon, actually. There's no Mister. I don't have. I should have a
don't
surname.
I don't quite like being that informal.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, you're a weird thing. I want to leave now.
Indeed.
I
Did you
I
receive
apologize
my
for him.
message, Isaac?
think so.
A location.
There's been a time where I thought that might not have been you. But yes.
I had to convey it in a unusual manner, using a very specifically timed event.
The Ottens, as well as...
They prefer just Autumn. It's plural as well.
We know that Liban's waiting
the-
for us there.
Well, that's what we've surmised.
Most likely.
Well, hey, it's not an ambush if we know it's there.
It can still
That's-
be an ambush.
It could still be an ambush. This is the argument I used against Ustenia and got shot down several times.
I do apologize as well for that. My question here is, what was the disconnect about? Why have I been speaking to the Ottens and not you?
Seems when it matters, I can't roll for shit today. With a physical
Good.
dice.
Good.
Isaac, we've talked about the gods quite a bit. You've learned quite a bit. I hope that I've conveyed enough that while powerful beings and while very grand beings, that some deserve to be worshipped and held up, others can also be objects of hate and should be shunned. One thing unites them all. They are not so different to the mortals they created. This is an unfortunate aspect of our Lord as well. The end of the fire, Age of Fire, was not conducive to his plans, but he was overruled. And that is why no god may set foot in the mortal plane again. Many don't like that current arrangement, but they know if they do it, the rest will, and it'll just be a war all over again against the first one who does. I believe there is currently a god, or at least some entity trying to change that. And I received some information that I conveyed to you. I don't know exactly why this resulted in some individuals feeling that investigations had to be carried out against me and my family again. But it did. And I'm sorry you have to be a part of that.
So this has nothing to do with her. And that was in Celestial, for sure. Because they asked me about her. Emphasis on the...
In
in
Celestial.
Yeah.
Replying back in Celestial. It's not about it. It's been made to be about it. It's a questioning of loyalties. It is a casus belli, as if it were, to justify a more detailed investigation. Back in common. I would have hoped that by now you had already been to the location that I conveyed to you. Is that not the case? I'm afraid I've been somewhat disconnected.
This whole time, she's
Unfortunately.
been there with her arms crossed, symbol in hand, thumbing across the dragon's head, listening very intently.
Alas,
Do you
no.
speak Celestial?
No, most of
Okay.
it's in common though. So the bits that's in Celestial, I don't know.
Alright, just double check.
Alas, no. The whole reason we're here is because some importance has appeared in the lives of one of my party members, Ustinia, and friend, and he did a lot for us. So I'm returning the
sorry to
favor
hear
and
that,
being
Ustinia Opkin.
faithful to him for a while. But it has allowed us this conversation.
Then I am glad for it. And I wish to thank you. She's looking at you, Stenya, while she says that. I hope it isn't too hard of an event occurred. Though your previous location does speak of what it may have been, and I am sorry.
We all have our time.
Indeed. Though some sooner than others. And it's never fair. I'm not sure how long you'll be here, or how long you can stay here. I'm afraid I am quite diminished in this area.
I was going to say, this is not your normal. Our normal. The normal plane?
No, this is for witnesses. Lack of a better term. I've been stuck here, awaiting between questioning.
I think we need to let them know that they can trust us, that he can trust us, that we're doing is for him and
I have
not-
no doubt Palor trusts us. I doubt that others will care. If you understand my meaning.
Political intrigue is not above the gods in their domain.
Definitely not. Having been with the gods for much of my existence, all of my existence,
all of your existence.
all of my existence. Political intrigue is almost everything that occurs.
Which is why I can understand to some degree our friend back there leaving it all behind.
Indeed. He got out at a right time. I hope he's enjoying his... She takes a moment and looks somewhat like she's searching for a word. Retirement, as it were.
He seems to be enjoying it.
It's good. He's always a very nice fella. For the most part.
What does Jacob make of you being put here?
I haven't spoken to Jacob in a long time. Since this occurred. Unfortunately. Though, there was a few things I did want to tell you all. I was going to convey them through Isaac first, through our normal method, but since you're all here, I suppose it's a bit easier now. Specifically, the place that I sent you was just a location, a vague image, but I can tell you there is a keep in a valley. That is where you must go.
Is it an old Crusaders keep?
Yes, it is.
I have a feeling of that.
It will reveal dark things about both our Lord and his mortal followers, and things of your Lord, looking towards you, Sash. Some very dark history there that's been buried under some sand for a long time.
Everybody has their secrets.
What?
Indeed.
Sorry, Mike, I hardly heard you.
Everybody has their secrets.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It won't change how I feel, but I do like a little bit of truth every now and then.
Truth is a very
Painful.
dangerous thing sometimes.
Well, you're here. That proves that fact.
Mortals
Indeed.
and immortals alike. Even if we don't choose to believe it, we do learn and are changed by our mistakes. I have no doubt that we'll find dark things there, but it's there that we go to defeat darkness.
Indeed. You must stop them. I fear that your rebuffed benefactor, or potential benefactor, looking at you, Rivallon, has a plan. I don't know the specifics. I don't know much. Something's being worked on that others are trying to hide at many levels. Has to be ended quickly. There's not much else I can tell you, unfortunately. I was hoping to get more information the closer you, looking at Isaac, got to the actual location, as my connection to the mortal plane is very tangential to followers or locations of Palor. And nobody of Palor is there right now.
This matter with the Otten, is it still ongoing?
I'm afraid so. It's probably best if you avoid coming here as much as you can. They'll try many methods of getting more information, whether or not you have any. Some may not be altogether pleasant.
I've felt some of their power already. I don't doubt that it could overwhelm.
Very much so. I would also recommend you try and get back to the mortal plane as quickly as possible. All of you.
Could you point us
longer
towards the exit?
Not that easy, unfortunately.
Damn it.
It's... I can tell you this. For you all to be here, something must have occurred on the mortal plane that tied with a location you were possibly near and a certain situation that made your spirits very vulnerable. And you are here. Because
Mutation drugs.
I can tell you this. You may not realize it, but you are not here in body. Your spirits are here.
Does that mean you could cast banishment on us and send us back?
I'm unfortunately not too well versed in combative spellcasting. I have much more of a more scholarly in position.
More of a healer, but you know, sometimes the best.
She's a second hand. She's a second hand to Jacob, who's a warrior. So
Yeah,
she's not.
Jacob-
She's
No,
not
yeah,
Jacob.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Sometimes the best way to save a life is.
Yeah, she's the steward of a warrior. Like,
Yeah.
the other-
She's his scribe.
She doesn't deal a lot with direct combat. She deals with
except for that
managing
one
his-
time. Except for that one time.
Except for that one time, yeah.
That one time at BAM camp.
Yes.
That
Of
one
course.
time at the Civil War.
Yep.
Um,
I'd recommend, if you wanted to get back to the mortal plane, your quickest method would be to, if any of you have meditated before, that might help. It could also be just whatever it is has to work through your bodies before you're allowed back. How long that takes and how long you perceive here to how long it's perceived in the mortal realm, I'm not sure.
I feared
We'll
as
find all
much.
that out when we're back, won't we?
I'd like
In-
for you to stay during that time, but I'm, again, not sure how long you can stay here. And I'm not sure who else will be
The
vying
previ-
for your audience.
Our previous conversation entitled as much. He said they were closing in, and that we had to move on before it got too bad for him. I fear the same.
He
might be
has others to
happening
worry
you.
about. He's always been very selfless.
I guess we'll be going then. Thank you.
You might have some time if you wish to try here.
I
It's
already
very
am.
peaceful. So you're already doing the meditation thing.
I'll give it a go too.
Okay.
I'm praying.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing what I usually would for praying to see if that will help me get back.
All right, Demir will do it as well. Would you like to join me, Isaac? Maybe She's getting down to kneel, praying.
Isaac does so.
Okay. I'm going to need. I will say, Sesh, Isaac both need a religion check. I'm going to need Rivallon
Well, no, I'm great at
and
those.
Utari, or Rivallon and Ustenia to make a Constitution check, and Demir's going to be making a religion check.
Ooh.
Oh, damn it! Sorry.
Oh,
For the first time, I've actually made a good
5.
religion check.
14.
Okay. So the DC was 12. So how many of you succeeded the DC? Let's go down.
I did.
So okay, we got 2 there.
I failed.
Okay.
Yeah, you failed. Demir failed.
All right. So now I need to do Hazel, who has a very high religion.
Considering she's a Deva, I'd expect so.
That's a natural 20.
Bamf us out of here, like, whoop.
I was
Eat. Fuck out of my pen.
Rib Moogle's put on Rivallon's meditation classes. Breathe in, think of the face of your next victim. Breathe out. Breathe in, think of knocking an arrow. Breathe out.
Sons of bitches. Sons of bitches. That was so close. Got like 4 more of these damn encounters to go through, but that succeeds.
50
Actually.
Bamf out.
Yay!
Yeah, that succeeds. So you're all starting. You're going about this in very different ways. So, Rivallon, you're concentrating as you normally do. You're trying to meditate. You're divorcing your, what you normally would be doing would be divorcing your mind from your body, to get rest. But what you're doing now is you're kind of going about it in reverse. You're trying to reestablish the link between your body and mind and your spirit, and you're starting to make progress, and you're just you're achieving that connection. Isaac, you're praying to your God and using the knowledge you have of the rights of your religion to try and reconnect with your spirit to your body. You're kind of making it up as you go, but you're using a lot of your previous knowledge to do so. Sesh, you're doing the same, but it's a bit harder. This is not very common. It's a bit more difficult. Ustenia, you're trying to do the meditation, but your mind's I'm gonna say, well, actually, I want to say, what is Ustenia's thinking about right now? What is his because he's not able to concentrate. So what is primarily in his mind? What's racing through? What's his thought process right now?
His papa. Since he heard word of his papa being in the afterlife, I'm going to say he was distracted by the thought of, where's his father now? What's happening with him? Is he okay? Because we're going through crap in this interdimensional race. Is papa going through issues?
Okay, so you're worried about your father's spirit.
Yeah.
And everything going in there. So you've got that going for you. And Demir's next to you, Stony, as you're kind of trying to do the meditation, but then going back. You hear him. He's praying. He doesn't have a name for the person he's praying to, or anything like that. But he has a connection that he's trying to form with this creator that he didn't know existed truly before, but now has a connection with his father, and that he really wants to try and form that connection, try and strengthen that, and he starts talking, and he also starts making the case. You hear him. He's talking. I agree. Always forward, never back. Never look back. Always forward. Just he's agreeing with the last thing that you heard this creator say. Is this try and push forward, be better. Always try and be better over what you were before. Always try and improve. Try and be your own person. Be more than what you were before. And he's trying to channel that. He's having trouble though, which is just like when you tried to do some structured prayer, it doesn't come naturally. So he's just trying. And you all hear Haziel as she's doing some chanting. It's very ancient you've heard Isaac, who's trained in modern Pelorian rituals, but Haziel was there when they were written, and is starting to channel this almost ancient chant that she's going, much more less structured, more emotional, and it starts to pervade through the area, and you all start feeling a tug. Not anywhere in particular, but you start feeling tugged in a direction, and it starts getting stronger and stronger, and just by the skin of your fucking teeth, you sons of bitches,
You little shits.
you little shits, you feel you start to fall. And when you open your eyes, there's nothing there. It's just blackness. Oh, fuck me.
That got me as well. Oh dear. Dog bark.
Lol.
Oh, wow. Oh.
El
thought.
Pucho.
Just trying to scare the shit out of the DM.
This motherfucker.
You pull, and when you open your eyes, you just see darkness. There's almost as if you didn't open your eyes at all, but you continue to fall more and more, and you feel like you're approaching something large. Like this is like if you were falling down a cliff in pitch blackness to the ocean, you could feel that you were getting close to something, and then you all feel nothing, and your eyes open. Each of you are on the ground on a soft bunk, essentially. And hold on, by the way, just gonna roll dice here. Okay, that's not great.
How many days has it been?
A soft bunk underneath you. Each of you wrapped in a sheet, as if you were being cared for. Your bodies feel stiff, as if you haven't moved them in a long period of time. It's light out. You recognize the surrounding. It's the guest tent of Yiva's tent. Guest section of her tent off to the side. There's things that have been, on the walls, but it's definitely been cleared out to accommodate all of you into a single area, and you're all just laying down. And as you blink open, as if you were sleeping. For some of you, that's perfectly normal. For others, such as Rivallon, it's kind of a weird feeling. You don't sleep that often, as much as you or at all most times. But you're all in these little makeshift beds, and it's definitely daylight out. But you feel stiff, and like things are popping as you're getting up, and
We clothed.
what do you do? Yes, you are. But you're not wearing any armor or gear or anything like that. You're just wearing not necessarily I wouldn't say small clothes, but you're wearing whatever was your not your undergarment or small clothes, more like just like if you had a tunic or basic pants on.
The
at time,
traveling
that's what you're
clothes that you have in your pack. Like the
Yeah,
other pieces
yeah,
of that.
basic clothes, just something that's comfortable that wouldn't get in the way of anything like that. Just like that, and you're all in this little town.
Oh shit! And she pulled herself up.
Where are we?
I haven't
Oh.
had a hangover like this in years.
Do I recognize this tent?
Yeah, like I said, you're in basically what is Yiva's little side tent that she had the group other than you that had the group sleep in during.
Okay. Justinian's gonna
feel-
look around, blink, and oh no!
More important question:
What happened?
where are my weapons and armor?
I don't know.
You see all of your gears has been stacked and tightly and neatly stacked up to the side, like everybody's has been kind of stacked up there.
Like a mother
you-
putting washing into your room to put away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also see like a couple of bowls that are empty, been stacked onto a small wood table off to the side to the entrance of this. Maybe about maybe about 7 of them have all been stacked up there. Total. There's a couple of little bits of
So-
spoons and stuff.
Imagine if. Okay, how many of us are there? There's 6 of us.
7 with Demir, right?
Oh, you've got Demir, You've got
That's 4 plus
Demir-
1.
Mm-hmm.
4 plus 1.
Yeah.
You've got
5.
5 people.
There's 7 bows. Counting for size. If those bowls haven't been refilled, it might have only been a couple of days. But there's a good chance we could have been out for anywhere. Isaac's trying to count the hours that we were there.
Medically, Roach, how long do I need to be laying down still to feel this way? Would you say?
I'm sorry, what'd you say? You cut
Medically.
off.
Like, how long would I need to be laying down flat to feel this stiff?
It would vary. Because like
Person,
when you're normally
like in
sleeping.
Sessions' case, she'd know.
Well, it's because tossing and turning is a natural function to stop you from feeling
Stiff, yeah.
stiff and stuff like that, which is something that I don't do often. So I feel like shit when I have a long rest or when I sleep a long time.
When you hit that long rest button, your body's like, bitch, no.
My back's fucked if I don't. I'm used to my cat. My late cat would move around when I was sleeping and would make me turn in the night, and I got used to that. But now I don't have that, so it's just kind of when I sleep, I don't move at all, and it's fucked so much. But you're not exactly sure. Like I mean, it could just be a couple of days, but like it's just not. You never really laid down for a protracted period of time. To
Yeah,
really
like
have to
I
do
never
much on
did
there.
the medical testing on that one.
Yeah, so you don't know. It could have been a couple of days. You're not sure.
I have no idea, Isaac, how long it's been out.
Well, Ostinia's not having any of this. He's gonna get up and work himself up and try and get moving.
Yeah, same. She's already up. And
Yeah, you
warming
get up, you kind of stretch. Definitely a couple of like your backs are popping, and you're kind of doing that your thing where you're loosening back up
I'm
after.
putting my
doing some
armor back
stuff.
on for sure.
Oh, my armor's already half on.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're starting to put that on.
Everything's
Everything.
back on.
I hope this doesn't
Demir's
affect your
also.
chance of your choosing if we've been out for so long. Or is that more likely to sway in your favor, stronger with the spirits? I'm unsure of the cultural remark here.
Demir?
I mean, well, one, he would know as much as I would, so I don't know why you're calling me out.
You've just been sitting there quiet all this time. I wanted to make sure nothing was wrong.
I mean, no, I'm fine, I guess, except for the existential crisis that we've all experienced individually.
Welcome to adventuring.
Oh,
It's great.
that!
To be
you know,
fair, you two are the only
I'm
ones
Have
who
not-
we
manage your
healed
god.
my wounds?
Actually, yeah, none. None of you are hurt.
Oh, I'm
Okay,
taking
good.
that wound mount.
Taking those wounds off.
I
Yeah.
suppose it depends on our
mean-
experiences and
Yeah,
how
they
we
wouldn't.
relate.
We were alive, so they wouldn't have stopped it, right? It would have
Right.
just been. Yeah.
I guess we tell them of what we experienced, and they'll judge from there.
Hopefully.
Also, I remember I have a spell that can actually let me speak Uteshian.
Oh, you've had that all along.
I entirely forgot about it. But hey, you got some practice in. Well done. You did great.
So I've had
I
to
didn't have that
translate.
ability. You still needed to translate for me.
Well, she just said she had a spell, so she could cast that on the worst Uteshian speaker here, which would have definitely been you, Isaac. So that would have been very useful.
That's also true. For me, it's cranky after sleeping.
Session giggling. We're
Yeah.
told.
Actually, that's a point. That's a point for you, Ustenia. Demir seems a lot more confident. Like a little unsure in terms of some issues, but like individually as a person, he seems a bit more confident. And what you saw as an increase in his combat capabilities during the 10-second fight of dread that you experienced seems to have carried over
Alright.
into his physical form.
Good, good. We are pleased with this progress. Brother,
He
you
will
carried
be a-
yourself very well there. Do you... Did you have a good breakfast that morning or something? You seem more confident. Have you been practicing?
I don't know. I felt with we saw a god. I think he doesn't want to be called a god, but he's still. I mean, he created things Us.
Created you.
He created us. I'd say that he's a god, whoever he wants us to worship him or not.
He's
I
what
don't know.
we mortals would call a god.
He was a very interesting individual.
At least once. He was.
Hmm.
Yes, I don't know. I just felt
interesting to
after
see
seeing
what-
that, it kind of put things into a lot of perspective, and I've
It's
been
interesting
thinking
to see
about
how
them.
a god can just give up all that power. What we saw wasn't the full power god.
I think that
It's a good thing.
he
I
gave
think.
us valuable lesson. I'd say valuable lesson.
Anyway, we should
he no
probably,
wanted
like-
to wield power over our people. He wanted to set us free. I think that was probably the greatest gift a creator could have ever given. Like parent who has to let child grow up and let them go.
Yeah, that's a very eloquently put, Yusinio.
Yeah, it's really good.
Now we should probably go and let people know we're not dead. Or in the cold.
Yes, that would be good. I best make sure that
yes.
Mama's no scared.
Okay, so yeah, you're getting up and you're getting everything down there. Again, it looks to be like a day. It looks to be daylight out. By the way, give me 1 second here because I can double check that.
Oh, do we still
is
not
that like?
have our full spell slots, by the way?
No, you would no. You everything's good. Like you got to hold on. I'll give you guys a long rest because you just this the way that this worked was kind of funky.
Yep.
So I'll just give you all a long rest. There you go.
Wow.
Thank you.
So,
Cool.
It's very funky thing. But by the way, when you get up there, when you get up and you kind of get out of the blankets and stuff, it's definitely colder than when you than the previous nights that you've slept in this like side tent.
Sash doesn't notice it. 'cause
Is
she's
it
resistant to
nighttime?
cold.
No, I said it's the middle of the day.
Oh,
Or at
okay.
least looks like the middle of the day. It's just like it's colder.
Sash doesn't really notice it. She's like, oh, it's about the same. Because resistant to cold.
But so Utari, well, I keep saying Utari, Ustenia, and the rest, you're exiting and you're going into the main tent area.
Yep.
Okay. So. Okay. You walk out and you're just getting your kind of your normal gear on, like you're not your combat gear, but your normal gear that was sitting around there, and you walk out and you see, Yiva is kind of over a large pot that's been kind of stewing some like watery kind of stew together, and she's stirring that up. And when you walk in and you kind of rustle something that's on the floor, and when she looks over, she's got a kind of like, it looks like a dish of greens that she was about ready to kind of push into the stew. I look back over, and she sees you walk out, and it just drops to the ground, shatters. And she, like, almost teary-eyed as she sees both of her boys, front and center, are now standing, and she just, without words, just starts coming up to you, and she just, no words, strongest you've ever felt. She brings you both down into a neck hug.
We've been out for a lot longer than I thought.
Uh-oh, and I think I know what this means about the choosing as well.
Yeah,
I think
there's been a
this is
coup.
bad news. Well, not necessarily. I think the fact that we may have been appearing comatose for some significant period of time may have resulted in us having failed that test, and
I thought I didn't. I'm so... And she just no coherent full sentences
Isaac
are coming.
is going to go out the tent.
I'm going to clean up the ceramic she dropped.
I'm gonna wander out as well.
Okay, it's fine. We were just doing the trial. It took a bit longer than I thought it
I
would.
thought I lost you too. I was so sorry.
It's fine, Mama. How long have we been sleeping for?
Hold on a second. Let me just get the number of days here.
Is the encampment still here?
It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
it's like that comic, the lady that gets hair extensions. Good nap time. Wakes up her husband in the middle of the night. Oh my God, you've been gone for 5 years. No. Yeah, the encampment is still there. Looks the
Okay,
same.
okay, that's
Yeah.
not, I haven't been left behind
Encampment's-
or anything.
It looks the same. She looks up to you, still like teary eyed. It's been 2 weeks since you went to
2
the
weeks.
jungle."
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Oh my.
Yep.
I guess
2
that
weeks.
was loud
Been
enough for
a
us
long
to hear
time.
from outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
I
No.
look-
She. Yeah. She. Oh. Yeah.
I look at
almost
Rivallon
think
and
it's
just
all-
like 2 weeks.
There's the
Okay.
choosing.
I mean, I've overslept
What?
sometimes, but that's just ridiculous.
What happened with the choosing?
It hasn't gone forward. They were going. Zivka's been trying really hard to finish it. She said, "We're going to die." And she was, still hasn't let go of either of you two,
Well-
hugging you, and
It's
I've been
fine,
taking
Mama.
care of you. Been taking care of you, and and she's starting to compose herself. But yeah, I made sure you all ate every night. As much as I could, I tried. You ate. If I put something in your mouth, it worked. You were all made sure you were all nice and warm. It's
Thank you,
yeah.
Mama.
I
Mama,
actually
you've
like
done really well. I feel good. I feel healthy. You looked after us. I very much appreciate that, Mama.
Yes, Mama. It's
You are
fine.
such good woman.
Okay. Yeah, and he's
So I just cleaned up
Damir's
the,
doing the same thing.
plate or whatever she dropped, and she cast tongues on herself in that time. I don't know.
Okay.
I like to just say. So she puts the shattered plate on the table or something, so that way she doesn't have to go picking them up off the ground. She turns to Eva and says, "In Uteshian."
What? You
Well, yeah,
don't
it's-
speak Uteshian. You speak a language
Ev-
and they just understand it. Is
Yeah,
the
I
They
way
just
speak
how it
understand
just
it.
common, and she
yeah. The
understands.
way this works, what I'm saying is, you are still speaking common or whatever language you normally speak. So your mouth is still moving in that way, but it is magically transformed when it goes
into
out
Uteshian as they reach their
to
ears.
something
yeah.
that goes in there. So it's a very weird kind of. It's almost like
Visual
watching.
disconnect.
Yeah, it's watching like a lagged audio stream or something like that. In a
It's
kind
like
of
watching
way
a
where
really
you're
bad
not-
dub.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And then yeah, so that's
Lovely
what
to
it
meet you.
is. Yeah.
Thank you.
The Bruce
so
Lee
much
effect.
for looking after us.
You learned to Teshi. She's going in there.
No, man, it's magic. It's a spell.
But she is still learning.
I'm
Yes,
gonna get there. I'll
yes,
learn it.
good.
I'll get there.
He's good. I'm so glad you're all back.
I will offer the woman a hug.
Yeah. She goes in for it. Yeah. You've been living in her tent for, at this
2
point,
weeks.
almost 3 weeks.
Well, maybe
Well,
2 weeks
actually,
at
at
the
this
point,
point, almost 2.5 weeks, because you were
Yeah.
in a half week before that.
2.5
you were
weeks
here.
we've basically been living in her tent. So yeah, I'll
Yeah.
give her a hug.
Your family at that point. Yeah, she hugs you. Outside, while this is going on, Isaac and Rivallon, you look out. Yeah, it's the same camp. Nothing's really changed. Though when you do go outside, it is raining. When you go outside, and it's about 9.5 out sea right now.
Right.
That's still kind of warm.
Warmer than it is right now.
Yeah, still kinda warm. That's not bad.
That's like
Everyone in the UK is going, oh, it's summer.
yeah.
Well,
compared
to give a reference, it was 10.6 the day that you that
I mean,
you.
it is a full degree of difference, but that's like shorts and sandals weather in the UK.
Wow.
There's at least one
I've
guy
been
walking around in
this
shorts
last-
and sandals in that weather. You know that, Utari. Don't like it.
I've been in this last week for most of the days. I've been like working for the most part in like -3
Yeah.
C, and like it was 6 degrees today, and what a difference that makes.
Yeah, I was about to say
Really
if it was like going from that to like 9.5 degrees, you'd probably be like, God, it's like tropical weather.
It's like
Um,
coming home from Spain when it's like 25 degrees there and it's like 5 here. You're like, oh fuck, the system shock.
But yeah, it's a steady rain, and it's a bit colder than it was whenever you left. Not a lot of people out right now when you go outside.
That's...
Horses are there. They've been cared for. They're all.
Hold on.
you
I
know,
need to roll
hitched
a
up.
religion. I want to roll a religion check. Just as
Okay,
a thing for me.
All right.
What
You
are
know.
we religioning?
Well, the fact that it's raining when we've woken up after talking to a Daver of Palor, the Sun Father, is kind of for Isaac. That's a bit of a
Omen.
yeah, and he takes it as such.
So I'm
But
going
yeah.
to reach into my pack, and I'm going to grab my money pouch, and I'm going to give Eva 100 gold pieces for looking after us and our horses.
No, I can't take this. No.
You very well will. You very much will take this. I'm not taking it back.
Just looking over towards her two boys, kind of like.
Stinia sort of shrugs and says, "She's offering. It would be rude to refuse."
I was just doing what's right. I
And
She's-
doing
she's
what's
saying
right
this
should
as
be
she's-
rewarded.
totally taking it, and she takes 100 gold pieces, which is a substantial sum. Yeah, it's not an insubstantial bag of. There. I'm assuming either you guys have them bagged in hundreds, like
Yeah.
like inside of
Yeah,
a main bag, or 50
I
or
like
something
the
like
idea
that.
we've got like change belts, and we're just.
Yeah, I'll
In stacks of 10, like.
The coin stacks.
Yeah, so like this Sesh is like saying, "And good deeds should be rewarded." So I'm showing my gratitude in the only way I can right now.
Thank you.
We need to go south,
And she-
don't we, Rivallon?
She's still kind of shaky, but she's
I also want to go west at some point.
Well, now that we're awake, we should really inform the elders and give back our report. Oh, Mama, I didn't mention. We. You remember the stories of our people about our creation? Our origins? There were a few tales, the old
Yeah.
ones.
You used to tell them
We-
to you when you were a boy.
Yeah, we met him.
Those are just stories.
They have their root in truth. When we were in a journey, Mama. Our bodies didn't go, but our spirits did. There are other places, other worlds, and we went to the one that our creator exists on, and we spoke to him. And Mama, Papa has gone there too, and he rides there happily.
Smile. It's her face.
The creator said that he passed by and spoke to him, and that he had good words for him. So know that Papa is in a good place right now.
I
The
hope
place
he
that we
did,
will
or
go.
else I'd have words with him.
Yes, Eva!
And Ustinyu would chuckle.
Badass grandmother, I love it.
Of course, Mama, you would always do that, but no, Papa is doing well. It is. We saw the place that we will all go to. But
I have
yes,
no
we were-
doubt he would be doing well.
we
Yes. Good man.
he was great man, but yes. So we spoke to. He's not like God, like like that the Palor people. Like I'm speaking in Uteshin in a minute. Like the Palor people that the worship him, the
Sesh is understanding
creator
this, and
that
she's
does
just there
not
like,
want that. You know
Okay.
the missionating types that come along and try to make us pray to gods. Well, he the creator he didn't want any of that, but he told me some things that I think are important. But I think the reason we were gone so long is that I think time moves different there. Like we were only gone for a few hours, for what I felt.
Yeah, it's about 2 hours in
Yeah.
your internal clocks. Yeah.
I guess time moves much slower in the realm of the gods.
I suppose. I hope you don't go back anytime soon.
No. The only time I want to go back there is when I'm ready to ride with Papa, and that I hope will be a long time yet.
So do I.
I think we can all be with that one, Justinia.
I'm going to get dinner finished. She's still really like she's happy,
Yeah.
super happy, but it's like that post happiness,
Post-high,
post sad, yeah, and she's still kind of
Drained.
working her way back from that. It's very draining. So she's trying to focus on something that she can do without having to put
Yeah.
effort through it. She can just kind of go autopilot. I'll get dinner. You talk with the elder. Do what you need to do. I'll get this place fixed up. She's
Okay,
again
Mama.
brings you
We'll
both
be
down,
back
gives you a
soon.
kiss on your foreheads before going on her work.
Yeah. We'll be back soon, Mama. Thank you again. Thank you.
She starts going back. Okay. And Demir gives her a hug back, kisses her back, and does that. So now what?
To the elders.
I'll go with them.
Yeah, I want to
Oh.
quickly speak to Rivallon, just
Okay.
while we're outside, just sort of thing. If Rivallon, if you ride south with me, and if we finish Zigul together, I will come with you west.
You don't know why I need to go west.
No, but I believe in you, and if you need to go west, I will go with you.
You'll be going to a man's murder.
I have faith that it's in good reason.
We go south.
So, all
Okay,
Isaac
then.
wanted to say.
All right. So you're all going to. Are you all going to the elders? Or are you? Or is it
I'm
just
guessing
We're
they
here
come
to
out and
support
say,
Ustenia.
yeah, we're here to support Ustinus, so we're going where Ustinus wants us to go.
Will my casting of tongues last long enough to get there?
Yeah, it's
Hour
only
long.
been it's only been 15 minutes or so.
Okay,
Of that, it's not a long thing. I'll tell you when it ends. By the way, Isaac, your stone of sending is full.
Oh yeah, because it
Obviously.
would go up one every day. Yeah.
Yeah, your Star of Palor is recharged completely. Anybody's abilities or anything like that were on a daily or anything like that have all been recharged. All that spell slots.
Better
yeah,
be
it's all
after
been
2
done.
friggin' weeks.
Question.
2 weeks. Well, it's an hour a week, or it's 1 hour for every week in the real world. In that, there is how I rolled that. That was
Yeah,
good.
sometimes it's weeks, sometimes it's days, sometimes
Could have been
it's
years.
Could have been years.
Could have been years.
Could have been years.
That'd have been really weird for like a half orc. They like go to sleep, wake up 2 years later, like, well, there goes like 25% of my life.
No, that would be like a kobold or a goblin. That'd be
Yeah,
more
that
so.
kobold.
'cause
Yeah,
Hang on,
kobolds
why are
who
my
live
clothes
25
not
years.
fitting anymore?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Before we did the trial and stuff, the Star of Palor reacted to something, and I learned a little bit more about it. Did
You
being
didn't
in
learn.
the I didn't learn specifically, but I'm saying, did being in the direct vicinity of a Deva do anything for it?
You may fill in. You may fill in the star. No, I think I have to fill in the stat.
You have to fill it in.
On
So
there.
I
I have to fill in the stat.
was,
I will
with
fix it
that-
up. But what you know now is that it allows you to see within 20 feet of you specifically if an individual within 20 feet radius of you or yourself are being scryed upon.
Oh, okay.
Anti-spy device, basically.
Yep.
It's
So
got
picking up the
spyware.
Spidey senses here, people.
Yeah.
It's
So what
got
you
Norton internet security. It uses NordVPN.
Perfect time for the sponsor of this.
but yeah, well, we can only hope. But
Dollar
no,
Shave Club.
they might actually go ahead and sponsor us if we email them.
Go ahead. Just because.
I mean, we've got enough people with beards. Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
use
that'd be
Dollar
good.
Shave, though.
Hey, if they've got mustache wax, I'll take it.
They do.
They also have butt wipes, so.
They do, yeah.
Oh wow.
Can't
we
demo
talk-
those
we-
on here though.
No, but we do talk a lot of shit. So.
Wow.
But what you figure out from this thing is you were most likely either Rivallon or no, did I say 20 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I was reading something else. It's a 10-foot radius
10 foot.
around you. 10-foot radius, 20 feet was I was reading another thing on my notes. 10 foot. Don't worry about it. A 10-foot radius. You figure out that somebody was scrying on Rivallon at the time.
Okay.
It doesn't, and the only thing it gives you is that it basically warns you by a little vibration or a little notice that
pages
tells
me.
Yeah, that's what it gives you. And you figured that out, I'll say, from being in proximity to everything and all of your planar journeys, and also just being attuned for it for so long. You got 2 weeks of time with it on there.
Essentially,
So
yeah.
after having unlocked that, so yeah, I'll give you that. So I'll fill that in next time I get a chance. But yeah, so you start on your way to the Elders, which will be located most likely in the central part of the encampment, not too far away. But while you're doing that, Demir, who's walking beside you, Ustenia, and again, it's this steady rain. It's not a hard rain. It's not a light rain. It's just a steady kind of, if you had to say, it is raining. That is the rain. Like, imagine that. It is just a rain. Just kind of, it's definitely been doing it all day. So, things are muddy, and it's been, there are rain barrels that are full and overflowing at this point. It's just been going on for probably close to 8 hours at this point, just steady rain. Which happens when you do have weather out here. It is just it is harsh. It lasts for a while. But Demir looks over to you, Ustenia, and he's he's not trying to keep it from the rest of the group, but he's just trying to talk to you specifically. I will say Sesh would hear, because Sesh has got the highest passive perception of the party. Also, she speaks Uteshian at this point, or she understands it because of her spell. So Demir looks over to you, Ustenia. So what is the plan with everything?
The plan? You mean the information that we got from Isaac's aunt?
Yes. I don't know. I feel a bit different. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like there's a lot more out there that I didn't know about. Or that I knew about, but I didn't understand. I think I told you before. Zivka wants to go back. She wants it to be like the old days. Back where we were killing each other over horses and raiding other encampments. There hasn't been a raid of another clan level raid. What? Since our grandfather's lifetime? More? What's gonna happen if we go back to that? If it happens, it's... You remember what he said?
I do, brother, I do. Always forward, never back.
And a little under his breath, again, because Sesh got a stupid high passive perception. Stupid high. Fucking 17.
Shit's only going to get higher, Roach.
I fucking know it. You broken pieces of shit.
Roach, in my current IRL game, I got 2 level 1s with 16 passive perception.
I know a guy in...
No,
in
you'll know.
the
It
RL.
sucks.
I know a
It
guy in
does.
RLD&D on Mondays who has like, I think it's perceptive. It gives him +5 passive perception.
Oh,
on
yeah.
top of everything else.
But I'm okay with the feat though, because then you have to take that over an increase in your stats. That
Yeah.
kind of makes
Yeah.
sense. But kind of
So
under
if
his
you
breath,
took that, you'd be fucking insane.
under his breath, kind of towards you, Ustenia. I don't think I told you this, but you know why I painted this? And he points to kind of he's got his shield on a strap on his back at this point. He's wearing that around. No, I had a dream about a couple of years ago. After reading this, I don't know, some book I found about creatures, like out in the middle of in the world. And I don't know where it came from, but he said, never back, always forward. I heard that. I know that. I've heard it before. I don't know why, but because he's having trouble kind of getting a word. He's very. It's one of those things where he's got a lot of things going by. He's trying to kind of focus in on one thing, but it's hard for him. I don't know. You know, what's your plan? Not just for everything down there, but like what's going to happen? What do you have planned for the whole tribe? And how are you going to do it after if you win? If you become chief, what are you going to do?
It would.
Can't leave.
No, I cannot leave. But not unless the tribe goes. I would try
Seems like it's
to.
pretty dangerous down there.
It does. My thinking was, if I win, I'll try and convince the tribe to go south and assist. To ride in foreign lands, in assistance of a war that would probably come to our door if we chose to ignore it anyway. So why not help with dealing with it now, rather than dealing with it later on our own doorstep, right? Obviously, it means convincing the others. I'm not able to make people do things as I please, but that's a dead horse would have to skin later.
I love that as a phrase.
I don't know. It's more war. Think about it.
It, unlike
Who's the most powerful?
Right.
Who are the most powerful people in our tribe? Most tribes that have money. What do?
is mercenaries,
They fight.
they do.
You were in Gorgon too, right? For a long time, longer than I was.
This is true.
We've been to Rovan Rodok. It's the biggest city in our country. It's smaller than Far Harbor.
This is also true.
Far Harbor. It's Fall Harbor.
Far Harbor is the DLC.
Far Harbor.
That's the
I'm
DLC.
going to accept.
That's the
I'm going to
DLC for
accept
Fallout 4.
I'm
Sure,
going
the
to
pretty
accept
small
that
things.
as like the Utishian, like incorrectly naming it, and it's.
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
It's not my incompetence.
It's in story.
Hey, we need to change, brother. Not everything.
Oh, we
Can't be different. We have to be. Oh, this step is us. It's in our blood, but
We could be something more.
Could be better.
Could be.
There's probably other tribes in the clan that think this way, or that could be brought this way. It could be.
Perhaps.
Who knows? Maybe we could start. I don't know. Working together more, making ourselves a nation instead of a whole bunch of tribes and clans. Being better. Go forward. Not look back.
I like this. Brother. It almost
don't
seems
know.
like there's a touch of the shaman in you.
Can we hear this, or is it still a really low conversation?
No, it's all in Etesian. You know that they're talking to each other. I'll say that. You know that they're talking to each other. You don't know Etesian. Sesh does. So if I'll say you can like you're all kind of back. Well, I'll say the two Opkin brothers are walking ahead of the group, kind of as a group of you. All
Yeah.
three are kind of behind. You can tell Sesh understands what's going on. Like I'm gonna say Sesh, if you're not directly
What?
trying to hide it, like there's a look of understanding to everything that's happening there, and you're also able
she's
to
definitely not
understand it.
hiding the fact that she's understanding.
Yeah,
the
she's
stuff.
doing that thing kind of like.
Translate.
Yeah.
And also, let's also point out here, I'm pretty sure that both of them know she would understand because they know that she had.
Yeah,
cast
but he doesn't. But Tamir doesn't know you can hear a pin drop.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
Yeah, no,
You
that's
got a
the
good
thing,
point.
It's the DC to hearing this conversation for you guys was 15. And
passive is a 17. So
Yeah.
passive 17 because it's raining. So he's
Yeah.
thinking it's safe, but you can hear everything. So he's not trying to hide it that they're talking.
Sash,
he's
are
just
you
trying-
I translate into Draconic because I know both.
Ah.
Aha!
Yeah.
Aha!
Blimey, motherfucker. Oh no, but we gave him given him a draconic primer.
Yeah, but he hasn't learned it yet. He hasn't.
Yes.
spent
He
it.
hasn't much. No, Mikey remembered. He's doing. He's reading other
nice.
things first.
Yeah.
He has not read it yet.
I had it written down, motherfucker.
Yeah. Hey.
Languages,
that's good.
bitch.
Yeah. No, that's good. But yeah, no, you heard. Then if she's translating, then yeah, you're hearing this. I mean, it's not word for word because it's draconic or it's
Uteshi to Draconic.
Yeah, it's a little word, but you get all of it. You get most of it, like everything. The gist, I don't know. I've just been. I don't know, a lot of things since we saw him, that man. I heard everything, and we're in the afterlife. I don't know. Kind of brought everything into focus. Feel a bit. I don't know. I was willing. He's unsure. Seems unsure for a second. Right. Mir has
Natural 20.
confidence. Yeah. Well, not natural 20. Pretty damn good. Better than his DC for his natural shyness. He seems to steal himself for a second, get some confidence, and I was willing to follow you anywhere, brother. Because I believed this was meant for you. It always was. Zivka's a... Zivka.
Zivka.
It's like you know him, Zivka.
Yeah,
Well,
Zivka's
no,
Zivka.
That's the sister.
Yeah.
Zivka's the sister, so it's just become a moniker for any.
Yeah, Zivka.
It's a
Draco
polite way
is
of
Draco.
saying that. Yeah,
Zivka's
it's
a
a polite way.
Zivka.
Zivka's a-
Well and
It's a polite way
truly
of
a
saying-
real life Zivka.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like a Jewish holiday.
She was kind of right. Papa always did plan for you to take this, to do this eventually. Took you out hunting more. You ride early. Did a lot more. I don't know. I'm not jealous. I'm not saying that. Please don't.
Can I roll
No.
an insight check?
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I want to see if he actually is jealous. Because I don't know. Like Sesh knows him pretty well at this point, but you know.
You've traveled together for more than a month at this point. You spent that whole time on the sky ship and everything. Remember that was quite a long time.
Oh God, I can't roll above a 5 today.
Yeah, Demir though is not trying to hide anything, so it's a pretty low DC. There's a tad bit, maybe a little bit, like in the sense that all siblings are a little jealous of another sibling for something in their lives.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's not he's not saying this to be spiteful.
Yeah.
It seems more
He's
so that
stating facts.
he's stating facts, and he's truly going through like a big awakening of himself right now, internally, and he's trying to convey that and to somebody that he trusts greatly, is his brother, and he's trying to make it get it into words. He's trying to convey everything. I don't know about that now. I don't know. Everything about what he said, everything about what happened, it makes me think maybe can't have Zivka, and Rocco would just probably have his son or children do everything for him. And you need to do other things. You're better. You've got a lot going on. Like a lot going on.
Yes, this is
Still Demir.
true, brother.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm very confused.
Rustini is gonna stop at this point, and he's gonna put his hand on his brow, so both in a comforting gesture, but also to physically stop him.
Okay, everybody else is just like just like stop in the middle as you're listening.
Demir, listen to me now. I wholly appreciate all the trust and support you have given me. And I understand your words. It is true. It feels like Papa did groom me for this. But our way is not a guaranteed way. I still have to prove myself. I still have to show that I'm capable of doing this. And as part of that, I need wise counsel, good advice, people I can trust, to be honest and speak the truth to me, who have a better brain than I do, I mean, I'm no stupid, but, I mean, you're great knowledge, brother. Don't put yourself down by saying I was destined for this role, because I feel, seeing some of the changes in you, I think you're destined for a role too. I think there's something in you that has changed, and you're moving in the path of wisdom, of knowledge, and that is your destiny, and it is one you should be proud of. What person can go into wars, or into negotiations, or into business without wise counsel? What tales have been told of anyone that has not included them being advised by an elder who is better in their ways? What heroes have we had that have never been assisted? No man can do anything alone, brother. No man. And it is just as much those that help that man that deserve the praise as much as the hero. That is why I am so grateful for your assistance, brother. Why I'm so glad that we have stayed close in all these years. That's why I want you to swear to me now that whether I win this or not, whether I become the chief or not, always speak the truth to me. Give me your opinion. Never hold anything back, and always advise me, whether it be the right or the wrong. Always tell me how you feel, because I trust you to do so.
Couldn't stop me.
Sort of smirks, that nods and sort of slaps his shoulder encouragingly. Good, good. There's something of a brother that I know is good. Come, let's go. Let's go see the elders.
All right. Hold on one second. Since I made my rules public, I have to do these rules off.
Yeah. That's fair.
Okay. He walks with you for a couple of steps, and he looks over to you again and he says, "You want me to tell you the truth in all things?"
All things. That's part of being honest advice.
Well, I'm gonna say he needs to make a double check on this one because Demir does not have a lot of social competence. Ah, fuck me, man. Jesus.
He's rolling the opposite of me today.
I'm gonna point out Demir in this entire conversation has not rolled under a 17.
I am.
He's just
My man, Demir. Ever
not
since I did that Star of Palor thing on him, it's been.
Yeah.
Well, he does have a slight extra rule for him because of certain thing he got during his milestone, but we're going into that. Takes a second to steel himself and he says, "If you want me to tell you the truth, I want to try for it." And he takes he's doing kind of, you haven't really gotten back into a cadence, so he's at this point you're a little bit ahead. If you look back at him, he's kind of looking at you, not knowing if you're going to be angry or not. He's doing that thing where he's trying to feel out.
The choosing?
Yeah. He's
What's
very
the-
he's doing that thing where he's kind of like, somebody who's not sure. He's doing that thing where he's kind of picking at his fingernails and stuff. He's doing that. Yeah.
Mr. sort of looks him up and down, raises a curious brow. It's not too late to put your head in the ring, is it?
No, it's not. I've already gone through the trial of the spirit. I just need somebody to put my name in there.
Is
Assuming Sesh is
Yeah.
still translating
we
all
were
this,
just
is like,
transfixed on this
like-
conversation. Like,
Yeah, Yusesh is like idly translating, but she is hyper focused on this conversation. Like, holy, she called it. She
translate
said that-
gossiping.
She even
Says
said
it's
this
like
to
that.
Demir a while ago that she felt like he should be a good leader, and now he's going to do it.
I've read plays with less drama.
You've read plays?
Quirks. Justinia Quirk sort of looks at his brother long and quiet. What the fuck you take your time asking me? Come on, you ask me. Come on, ask me.
Just here's the thing about your brother. Your brother is not like what people in the 50s would call a sissy or anything like that. He's
Yeah.
he's like you. He's just a little bit less. He's a little more sensitive about things. So you've never seen him tear up that much or anything like that, except in very extreme situations and everything like that. But a smile comes across his face whenever you say that, and he goes up to do kind of that brotherly hug thing, and a couple of tears there as he's doing, hidden by the rain, as he smiles. Okay, thank you. I didn't know how that was going to go. It went a lot worse in my head.
Well, brother, I mean, you're more than right. You have every right to put your name through as any other man, Any other woman, any other member of the tribe. You're as equal as all of us. And if it means competition, then it'll be done in the spirit of brotherly competition, I will gladly be your second and call for you. Although I'm not so sure it makes you being my second. I suppose I'm going to have to rely on one of them.
Yeah. At
But
least one of them knows Utesh or can speak Uteshian now. Or
That's
can
true.
make others.
And Yusesh is just like, oh shit, they're looking at us.
that's true. Saying that, I can't be your second, surely, if I'm competing too. I can put your name forward, but I don't know. It's the rules on.
You're right. But who better to put my name in than another candidate? Would go a long way.
Well, I'd be glad to do so, brother. Hey, that doesn't mean I'm gonna go easy on you.
Well, we've already gone through the trial of the spirit together. Now we just need to go through the trial of the mind. So, I think I've got a head up on you.
Ooh.
Little smirk.
There's a decided there's just an echo.
Stinia's gonna sort of
from the
playfully
back.
punch, like not actually punch him, but punch him in sort of playfully punch him in the shoulder. Yeah, watch
Brotherly.
it.
There's just an ooh from the background of the entire crowd.
Just surprise you, brother. You think you're so smart, but no, seriously. Let's I'd be glad to put your name forward. Come on,
Thank
let's
you.
get it over with then.
All right.
Question mechanically, does that mean how does their seconding thing work now? Like,
Ustania's going to go to
Just-
the elders and is going to make the case, and then he's going to
Okay.
roll.
so Demir's already the okayed as the second of Ustir, so they can be each other's second.
Well, they can't be each other's seconds, but what it works is, okay, here's little thing is basically I've been keeping track. I'm going to be keeping track of certain roles that happen during the choosing process, and Demir's role is already locked in for Ustenia. So
Okay.
now Ustenia is going to do his, and then the actual seconds that come up, you'll have to choose, because technically you can have as many seconds as you want during
Right.
this process.
Okay. I get it.
And
it's-
I can
yeah.
cast tongues on everyone here now, so now everyone here can speak Utesh. Or
Yes.
understand it, and people can understand it.
And speak it.
Yeah.
So that's how that works. So you
Okay,
can make
okay.
cases. So you can figure out who you want to support, who you don't want to support. So there you go. But yeah, after that big heart to heart, and listening in, which did not take a long time. Your tongue spell is still about a half hour left on that. You all head to the area where the elders are located. And this isn't like a main gathering. Like the main gathering and stuff is meant for like big events. The elders do kind of converse, and it's kind of like if you've ever been to like an old corner store or something like that, and there's like a little chessboard or something like that. There's always a couple old guys that are just kind of hanging around, and you know that's what they do
Loitering
since
when
they
they don't want
work.
us to do this.
Yeah. It's kind of like that inside this tent. Like they all talk, and they just kind of go about their days here. But all the elders are located there. So you may enter if you would like to.
Yes.
Again, okay. Demir will enter with you. Would any of the rest of the group to enter as well?
I'll enter.
Yeah, what the hell?
I can translate.
I'm wearing my weapons and armor again, aren't I?
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
are.
I'm going to assume after that shit, you guys are just strapped. Like,
Oh,
you're,
yeah.
you're
Strapped.
just
We're strapped up.
Locked, locked and freaking loaded this time.
going
You don't need
heels.
the house without the strap anymore.
So
I found
Alright, yeah,
extra bits of armor that I don't even wear normally. Just
beat it in and put it on your head, just extra. Just like,
got a tinfoil hat on, you know.
yeah. But no, you enter, and yeah, there's all the elders are there, and they look up as they're kind of conversing. Looks like they're doing like a looks to be
Crossword
like an
puzzle.
old. Actually, no, it looks to be an old dragon chest board that's kind of in the center of two of them, and the rest of them are kind of just sitting around, looking over, and just doing they're spending their days. It's
They're old
Kidding
fucking
time.
people, okay?
yeah, they're retired. They got nothing to do except to preside over this sometimes when somebody dies. That's it. But they look up. A couple of them with some surprised looks, others kind of passively. And one of them, who is not one of the younger individuals, not playing the game, who you know as being Targus, Ustenia, who's Targus looks up and goes, "Well, I didn't think you'd ever come out of that. Finally wake up, huh?"
Yes, my apologies, Elder Targus. We were waylaid conversing with an ancestor. Perhaps the most important ancestor when we share with what happened.
All right. They all kind of perk up a little bit. are you going to? So you're just gonna give them kind of. What exactly are you going to be telling them? Are you giving them all the information? Or are you withholding some bits and pieces?
going
or-
to tell them about the fact that we went on a journey to the plains of the gods, basically. Our spirits were taken out of our bodies, and that's why we were so delayed, because time's weird there. So while our bodies slept, our spirits walked. He's then going to tell them about meeting the creator, and then explaining with the creator that, you know, he built us for war, but then he didn't want us worshipping him, and instead wanted us to be free and choose our own path. So we had telling them about the conversation with the creator, expositioning, dumping that,
Okay.
and then saying that they were waylaid after leaving there, not mentioning that others were after us. He's going to say that he told us that we had to progress forward, onwards, where we then entered a realm between realms, where we were attacked by these soul things, and he'll try and explain what he was told about how they're remnants.
Mhm.
And then he's going to suggest, perhaps in the way that he's talking, that was the end of the particular chat. Actually, no. He's going to say that they went and met someone else. He's not going to mention any relation, but they met another person who was not a god or a goddess, but someone certainly of senior celestial authority, and he'll explain that they told us as a party about issues down south, and that, you know, there were further others who requested audience, and he's going to suggest that they were perhaps less benign creatures, more along the lines of the remnants that attacked us.
Okay.
And then they managed to find a way to wake up early. So he explained that,
Alright.
leaving out the important key detail that
Okay.
was his arm.
Right. Okay. So you're not necessarily deceiving them then. I'm gonna say, because Demir will back up your story, and if Sesh wants to, any of you can also collaborate that through translation. And direct. I will say, give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Please don't roll a 1, Terry.
7.
You dropped to 6.
Drop the 6.
Drop to 6. Yeah, that's not great. Okay. Elder. Oh, what the hell was it? I just turned the page. What was it?
Graham off
Targus?
Tarkin.
Targus? I think it was Targus. I'd have to look back.
I think it
Looks
was.
over. Yeah, they all kind of like speak with each other a little thing. And by this point, also, a shaman has joined you midway through, and they've been listening, and they kind of talk themselves. You know. All right. All right, Ustania. Well, it seems you've contacted the spirits. You have completed the trial of the spirits. You have not only spoken with the elders and the afterlife, you have also faced a great challenge in combat of your spirit, which does meet with the requirements. So you have passed the trial of the spirits, meaning you are the last to do so of the group. Zivka completed hers a few hours after we discovered your bodies. That was a 7 you got, right?
Yep.
Say.
Oh god, that managed to succeed?
No, that wasn't a success. That was a roll for the choosing. So
We're
that's
screwed.
logged now.
Uh-oh.
I also reroll.
Don't worry, because I mean, remember, Draco is Draco.
Oh,
You know
so,
him.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm going to nudge Ustinia and then look at Demir.
The Stinia's going to rather verbally clear his throat.
Is there anything else, Ostenia? We will not be having the trial of the mind for at least another day when the weather clears.
Yes, Elder. I apologize, but there is important information to present. There is one other who passed the trial of the spirit.
Yes.
There is one other person who will be standing in this choosing. I know the hour is late, but as in my knowledge, it's still time, and he has still passed through a trial, so it still counts.
A couple of low
Respected
whispers.
elders.
Just of them talking, kind of.
Yeah. Respected
yeah.
elders, I would like to announce that someone else will be looking to pass through the trials. This man helped fight the dragon that threatened our tribe. This man journeyed many miles to bring news, important news, to a family member through great sacrifices across the continent without any fear or any favor. This person has joined in many battles in the journey of our return, and he possesses wisdom unlike any other that I have known. He is a wise person and has proven himself in combat and proven himself in spirit, not only in the trial but outside too. This individual deserves just as much of the glory in defending our tribe as any other person that assisted against this dragon. This is why I name my brother Demir towards this choosing.
I'll look a little over, and Demir's just kind of like
So,
a little.
Was he there for the
halfway.
dragon fight?
yes.
Okay, I can remember.
No, he
No, he
wasn't.
wasn't. No, he wasn't.
No, he
Was he?
wasn't.
Was he
no,
not?
he
he was
wasn't.
not.
He was there. He was there for the hag fight,
He says
Yeah.
the
Oh, the hag.
which is what I assumed you were meaning, because he didn't die during the hag fight.
Yeah, hag fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna
Yeah.
talk about the hag fight. Saving
Yeah, because
children.
I
there
woke
we
up
go.
Demir while we were after finishing fighting the dragon
Yeah.
because he was in his bed, and he got really annoyed at me.
I don't remember him there. Are we just gonna lie about that? Is that great? I'm fine with that. Like,
Well, I was gonna ask and double check because that would have made the disadvantage for the check on this. But
Yeah,
if you're
sorry,
using the
sorry.
hag fight, which
Yeah, the
he
hag
did
fight.
die in, and he's the one that actually made you go on the hag fight. By the way, he's
Yeah, so
pushed you towards
he,
that,
he,
so.
he pushed us towards it to make sacrifices in order for children. What better person to help the tribe that he is willing to make a sacrifice for others, especially the defenseless.
All right, so Tari, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and make a charisma check. This is basically what Demir did. To make a charisma check for this.
5.
I'm gonna force a reroll on that.
Okay. Reroll again. The Star of Palor has demanded it.
Alright.
13.
That's
Hey,
better.
That's not bad.
It's only
not
fair that I
as-
do it for each brother.
That's
true.
true. Yeah, playing the fence. They all
Karma.
look,
it
they,
just-
all, they all look over to each other, talk amongst themselves a little bit. Demir looks kind of nervous. And then they look up. We accept this name. He's unorthodox. He has proven himself, from what you say, in the trial of the spirit. He will have to prove himself, as will you, separately, from here on out. In the trial of the mind. Then the choosing will... Then you will both be put in for the choosing, and we will see how things go. Is that all?
Yes,
Demir,
elders.
Hoboken, and Stenya Hoboken. All right. As we said, the trial of the mind will happen probably tomorrow, or when the weather breaks, as many will be wanting to listen. And then they start going back there to what they were doing, their chess game. And one of the old younger elders starts leading you out as out of the tent, back into the rain.
Nope.
But I think we'll probably end it there. We're really close to the end of the game as you
minutes
all
away.
exit out. And Demir looks towards you, Ustenia, and he thanks you. Thank you. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and prepare my remarks for the trial of the mind. Would any of you like to be my second?
What the hell?
Okay.
You see, this is awkward for Sesh because she respects both of the brothers.
Who do you think would be better? Well, here's what I'm going to say as a character for both of you, because this is a point where I'm making you choose who to support here. Who do you think, as your character, your character think would be better for the Opakan tribe? However they feel that means that's better. Like,
Fuck.
I know who
Yeah.
I think would be better for me. And with that, I will be supporting Ustinia.
okay.
So it's Rivallon, and Rivallon went with Demir.
Well, I went
Isaac went
hunting with him, so I'm kind of friendly with him.
That's true.
I fear more for his safety than I do for Estinia's.
This is a mind clash. It's. I'm assuming this is going to be debate based.
Yeah, the trial of the mind is, just so you all know, because you probably learned about it. Trial of the mind is the person who is being chosen, who is part of the choosing, who has a name in there, and their seconds will each make an argument why they should be leader of the tribe, verbally.
Demir's
It is
so screwed.
will be making a verbal argument. It is an accumulative check, so each person will be making a check, and then they will be it will be against the crowd's DC, which will affect the overall score of whether or not they are chosen of there. So you have that is how it will go. You're making verbal arguments for this. It is not physical based. It is not combat. It's not anything like that. It's not even directly a debate. It is a stump. It's a stump speech. You're making.
Like I said, Demir's screwed if I'm the only one helping him. My conversation is with a bow. My arguments are how many dead bodies there are left at the end.
So yeah, who Sesh is the last one to declare.
She, like you guys can tell, she looks highly conflicted because she holds both of these guys in very high regards, respects the two of them.
I mean, to play devil's advocate here, he already has the gentlemen here both already have a second. You can abstain. Besides, if myself and Rivallon are going to be the seconds of each of the Uteshians here, we're both going to need help speaking.
Yep.
Uteshian.
Yeah, that's the thing. That if Sesh picks a side, the side that she picks gets tongues. The other one gets fuck off.
No, you can give tongues to the other ones. That's fine. Also,
Yeah, but that would be bad.
Also, Demir will openly state, it was going to come up eventually, but the shamans do know some magic. Like, could ask.
Oh.
Cool.
Oh, that works.
Pointing it out.
Yeah,
Cool.
This is true.
I mean, it didn't really come up when this putting the name in happened, or during the mines, or any other point. But for this, it's kind of important. They could do so. Pointing it out.
Right, let's make a dice roll because I don't think I can choose. Sesh could probably choose, but I don't think I can.
Sesh might be able to. So
I'm just gonna roll a d20.
okay.
Oh boy, I guess she's going with Justinia then.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fine,
Yeah,
but
she will actually
when
turn
me and
them
Demir
before.
kick your asses in this thing, I just don't want anyone crying
Actually, you know
about
what? I
it. It
think
wasn't
Sesh
fair or
voted it
anything.
out. Yeah.
So before
God, why am I so bad at picking things?
before Demir,
I will let you I will give you some time to make a final decision if you want Mikey to kind of work.
Please,
on
I need to think on
Character-wise,
this.
we've got a day, so
Yeah.
I need to think on
Character-wise,
this.
you've got a day.
Yeah. Sesh
So-
needs to think on this. She's incredibly conflicted, as am I.
So before Demir and Rivallon go off. Astinia is going to first Rivallon. He's going to clasp his hand and say that thank you for supporting my brother and best of luck to you in the trial. And then he's going to go to Demir and give him the biggest, friendliest, brotherly hug. Best of luck, brother. And
To
I'll
you,
see
too.
you in the trial.
See you there. I'll see you tonight when at home for dinner. But
Yeah.
see-
Unless
see
we
you
camped
there.
out instead, maybe we were like, oh no, no, no.
no cross mixing. It's
cross
up to you how you do that. But okay, I'll see you there, and we'll end it with the two groups, Rivallon and Demir, Isaac and Ustenia, splitting off and going their separate ways, and Sesh standing in the rain, looking to both of them, still trying to make a decision. And we'll pick up next week at that.
Oh.
Ooh.
Dum dum dum.
So,
Cliffhanger.
join us next week at 7:30 GMT, not BST anymore, because the time zones have changed. Join us next week to find out the exciting finale to the choosing, by the sounds of it. As always,
It won't be long.
thank you to Roach for good DMing this campaign, and thank you to everyone that's joined me. Thank you to Rival Zone Gaming. You can catch him where you find your Rival Zone Gamings. Thank you to Mikey R for joining us for the adventure. Thank you to Utarionzo. You can find him at twitch.tv/Utarionzo. And I've been Midge Man. You can find me wherever you find small people.
Like
We'll
Ben.
see you next week. Goodbye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.